All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I'm Judge Melanie Williams, and at this calendar today, we will address matters for those individuals who have been recently arrested or the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, please pay close attention. You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say regarding the facts of your case can and will be used against you. You also have the right to counsel. And as you can see, I'm conducting this hearing by video. I'm not there in person with you. That means any member of the public can log on and watch this proceeding. Those who receive a signature bond will be reset for the notice. Those who receive a surety or a cash are going to our state all-purpose calendar. Miss Bridgewater, what is my reset date?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. It's going to be May the 5th.
Those who receive a surety or cash are going to May the 5th. I have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm sorry, was someone else speaking?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Next question I have is what positions are consent bonds, and can we do those first? Who are consent bonds? Do we have any consent bonds?
There are two for me. I believe Miss Evans Battle Art is changing the terms for them, but I'm not sure if she's done that yet. But I know that we're supposed to be having two
Which two are they?
positions. 1 second. Position 5, and then position. Who's the other position?
If you're speaking, Ms.
Cooper
Evans
and
Valley.
Covert.
Oh, positions 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Okay. All right, and I'm Attorney Lawson. Who do you represent?
Mr. Garcia, Bonito Garcia.
Okay. And I see I thought I saw Miss Chancey. Miss Chancey, if you would unmute.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm today you'll make an accurate translation from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, best of your skills, knowledge, and ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Is what position do we need Miss Chancey for?
Position 6.
Okay. All right, and who represents position 6? Is it you, Miss Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've already interviewed him?
There were some issues with the language line, but I got what I needed to get, I believe. So I believe I won't need a breakout room and we can just go forward with the interpretation through.
All right, we'll take Miss Chancey next if we can. Let's take Mr. Lawson's case first if we can. Is that who's at courtroom 2?
It is 14, Mr. Garcia.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Garcia. Your case is 26 CR 002573D. You're charged with criminal trespass and simple assault, family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Harvey.
First arrest, Your Honor, recommendation is a level 1. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Miss Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. We did have an offer for consent, but the recommendation would be at this time a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1, that he would have no further contact with Rihanna Brand, that he meet with a social worker regarding MH issues, or at least provide proof to pretrial services that he is actively engaged with a provider. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. No further violations of the law. I'm not sure if Ms. Brand is on the call.
Was there a stay away?
We did ask for a no further contact. I'm sorry. This is for Cooper. This is for Bonito. We did ask for no further contact at this particular time.
Right, but I said, did you request to stay away or no?
We did from the 2237 Deer Trail Milton location.
Okay, and last name was Brand.
Yes, BRAN.
All right, is that party on the line that wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Mr. Lawson, do you object to a signature bond through pretrial with those conditions?
Your Honor, he is already seeking treatment and outpatient treatment at Valor Behavioral Health. So instead of what the solicitor recommended, if he can continue his treatment at Valor Behavioral Health, just because I think the continuity of that would make much more sense than.
That's what she said. She said just proof that he is in treatment. So I think that's consistent. But my question is, do you have objections to him getting a signature bond through pretrial?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant's going to receive a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. I'm sorry, Mr. Lawson, any objection to the stay away or the no contact?
No, that's fine, Your Honor. I think that residence has already been terminated. I know that that our client is already moved in with a family member, so I don't think any of that is an issue at all in this case.
All right, thank you. All right, defendant was going to receive a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial at level 1, 2,000 count 1, 1,000 count 2. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that address on Deer Trail, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, comply with any current medical treatment, and provide proof of that pretrial services. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
Just briefly, as a question of how that'll work, majority of my clients have not gotten the signature bond for obvious other reasons, but they'll be able to sign that today and then be released sometime later today or this evening, or?
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. That is obviously perfectly fine with us, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And does that conclude your business today as well, Mr. Lawson?
It does. And then will he receive any type of notice of court today, or is it just to be notified by mail at this point?
He'll be notified by mail. His case is reset for the notice.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. That completes my business, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful afternoon. Best of luck to all parties for this case.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
All right. Are we able to do the interpretation case next?
Sure. Number 6, I want to say.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Coronado Sequera. Your case is 26 CR 002551E. You're charged with driving without a valid license and defective headlights. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney, and I'm conducting this by video. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing?
Buenas tardes, señor Coronado. Su caso es el 26CR002551E. Se le imputan los cargos de conducir sin licencia y llevar las luces defectuosas. Usted tiene derecho a guardar silencio, tiene derecho a un abogado y yo estoy dirigiendo esta audiencia por video. ¿Comprende sus derechos y la forma en que estoy llevando a cabo esta audiencia?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
Yes, Your Honor. 4 cycles out of Georgia and 1 cycle with ICE. Last arrest was May 4th, 2024 out of Brookhaven, Georgia for driving without a valid license and DUI.
Sí, su señoría, según los registros en Georgia, hay 4 ciclos. El arresto más reciente, el único de este ciclo, se efectuó en el 2024 en Brookhaven, Georgia, por conducir sin licencia válida y conducir bajo los efectos del alcohol.
Convictions from 2022 and 2024 for driving without a valid license and an FTA hold out of DeKalb County. Recommendation is a level 1 and nothing further.
Las condiciones son para el año 2022 y 2024 por conducir sin la licencia adecuada y con una orden de detención por incomparecencia pendiente en el condado de DeKalb. Esto constituye una infracción del nivel 1 y sin ninguna otra cosa más.
All right. Mrs. Sirocco?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This
Afternoon.
incident here took place April 20th, 2026. It was at the intersection of Sonoya Road and Harris Road in Fairburn. And the officer observed the defendant's vehicle driving with the side headlight out, the driver's side headlight out.
Bueno, este incidente ocurrió el día 20 de abril del 2026 y ocurrió en la intersección de Senoia Road y Harris Road en Fairburn. El oficial observó al vehículo del acusado circulando con el faro del lado del conductor apagado.
All right, Mrs. Sirocco, this is a driving charge, and he's appeared to have been sitting here for 3 days almost. So let's move just to your recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. He, in one brief sentence, he did not have a driver's license. He only presented the officer with a passport here with his prior convictions for the same offense. And because it appears he's wanted out of Decatur, it looks like, yeah, for failure to appear on that open case, the DUI and driving without a valid license, again, same offense.
One moment, please.
Yes.
La señora jueza dijo, esto ha estado aquí 3 días, podemos ir directamente a la oferta del convenio declaratorio. Y bueno, la respuesta fue, él no tenía licencia de conducir, lo único que pudo presentarle al oficial de policía fue un pasaporte. Y dadas sus condenas anteriores por el mismo delito, y debido que al parecer tiene una orden de búsqueda y captura que está pendiente en el condado de DeKalb, todo indica que por cargos de incomparecencia ante el tribunal, por llevar un envase de bebida alcohólica abierto, por manejar bajo los efectos del alcohol y por manejar sin licencia.
We are recommending, with the risk of a failure to appear and on the basis of risk of reoffense here, recommending a $2,000 split bond, that being a $2,000 surety on the driving without a valid license, and a signature bond through the jail on the defective or no headlights, no driving without a valid license.
Bueno, parece que terminando, lo que está quedando pendiente es que, concluyendo con que este acusado ofrece un riesgo de incomparecencia y basándose en el riesgo de reincidencia, la Fiscalía recomienda aquí una fianza dividida de $2.000, consistente con una fianza de caución de $2.000 por el cargo de conducir sin licencia válida y una fianza bajo firma tramitada a través de del centro penitenciario por esa infracción de faros defectuosos o no existentes, y queda prohibido conducir sin una licencia válida.
All right. Defendant's going to receive a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. He's not to drive unless he has a valid license. Any objection, Ms. Rainford?
El acusado tiene una fianza de $2.000 y él no debe conducir sin una licencia válida. ¿Algo más?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you.
sir. Sir, best of luck to you. That concludes your case for today.
Next is
No, nada más. Señor, le deseo buena suerte.
All right, and Ms. Chancey, will you sound before you leave?
Yes, Your Honor. Buenas tardes a todos. ¿Hay alguien en la plataforma de Zoom que quisiera hablar con la señora jueza y necesita un intérprete en español? Por favor, avísenos.
Hearing none, thank you, Ms. Chancellor. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, you too, Your Honor.
Bye-bye. All right, who do we have next?
Position 15, Miss King.
All right, Ms. King, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002575B. You're charged with battery, simple battery, and battery against a pregnant female. You understand your rights?
Say it again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
2 cycles. The last arrest was out of Forest Park, March 21st, 2018 for battery. She did receive first offender for that case, Your Honor. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Miss Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happens in September, the 28th, I believe it is, of 2025. This was a dispute between the victim, Jamari Holiday, and Ms. King in reference to their relationship with a certain young man overlapping, where they were both in the relationship with the man. So this was an argument about that situation. It appears that Miss King knew that she was pregnant. They got into the argument. Miss King grabbed a Stanley cup and repeatedly hit her with it. She was bruised amongst her arms, and of course, physical harm and trauma in the pregnancy. She had to go to the hospital. She also pulled a braid out of her hair. We are asking that the bond in this case for the battery, $2,500, for this simple battery, $1,500, and for the battery in a pregnant woman, $2,500. We are asking that it be a $6,500 surety bond, that there's no further contact with the victim, Jamari Holiday, and that she stay away from her location. I believe she is on the Zoom and will speak with the court, and I'll get the actual address, and we can get the actual address from the victim while she is speaking, if she wishes to speak. If not, I'll look it up.
I think you should look it up and chat it to Ms. Bridgewater, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Ms. Holiday on the Zoom and wishes to make a statement?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, please turn your camera on quickly and please listen for instructions. Raise your right hand before you speak. Are you in a moving vehicle, ma'am?
No, I'm parked.
All right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Thank you. What I'm most concerned with today is concerns you have for your safety and whether you wish to have desire for contact with the defendant. You'll have another opportunity at a later date to tell us all what happened. In light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me, Ms. King? I'm sorry, Ms. Holiday. Ms. Holiday, what would you like to tell me?
I just don't want any contact with her. She's been contacting me and threatening me. I just want her to stay away from me. I will provide my address. I don't want to file it. I mean, I don't want to say it on here because I don't really feel comfortable with her having it.
I agree. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to make me aware of?
No, that's it.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, Ms. Holiday. Thank you. Ms.
No problem.
McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm asking for a signature bond for my client. This incident apparently happened about 6-7 months ago. My client tells me that what started all of this was that the alleged victim came to boyfriend who was at issue to his house, and her car was there, and the alleged victim damaged her car as well as the car of a neighbor who is mentioned in the warrant as a possible witness. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry. She tells me that she was just trying to get some information so she could initiate a warrant for the damage that had been done to her vehicle when the alleged victim was the one who started all of this, where they got into this altercation. It apparently works out that the alleged victim may have gotten the worst of what happened, but she was not innocent in all of this, Your Honor. My client left at the time, not because she was hiding from the police, because she did not know that the police had been called. Had she known this, she would have waited around so she could have told the police what had happened. So she just happened to be pulled over and found out about this warrant. So we believe that going forward, she will be able to present a strong case in her defense against this charge. She also tells me that because of all of this, she has stopped having contact with the boyfriend and all of this because, you know, she has 2 children and she has a life. She is employed and she did not want to be a part of something as messy as that, Your Honor. So she has not been in contact with any of these people since then, and she doesn't know anything about where this woman lives. And also, with respect to her being pregnant, even the warrant says that the alleged victim alleged that she was pregnant, but no proof was given, and my client was not aware at the time that she was pregnant. So I'm asking for a signature bond for her, Your Honor, so she can get out of jail to properly defend against these charges.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond, $500 on each count. She's to have no contact with Ms. Holliday. Stay away from Ms. Holliday's address. She is to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And the case will be reset to our state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional from Ms. Evans Battle or Ms. McLeod?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor. I was hoping she would get a signature bond, Your Honor, given the fact that she has no criminal history.
All right. It'll remain as that. Best of luck to you, Ms. King. That concludes your case and to all other parties concerned. Who do we have next?
Number 7, Mr. Creasy.
All right, Mr. Creasy, your case is 26 CR 00250 Y. You're charged with simple battery and battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Harvey, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. 29 cycles. Last arrest was November 18th of 2024 out of Cobb County for an FTA. There appears to be probation out of Cobb County for aggravated assault. Sentence March 8th of 2025 to 8 years and 9 months on probation. There are at least 4 FTAs in the history. 2024 criminal trespass, 2022 criminal trespass, 2021 theft of services, 2021 unlawful conduct during a 911 call.
I think that's good. Thank you, Ms.
Okay,
Harvey.
cool.
Ms. Evans Battle, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, and I have that there's an FTA from April the 18th of 2026. This incident happened April the 12th of 2026. He was at Grady Hospital at 80 Jesse Hill Jr. Drive. The victim in the case is Rhonda Clark. She is a nurse who he hit in the neck with a closed fist. As she continued her duties, he managed to get her phone and hit her on the elbow. The other victim in the case is Jessica Julmes, is spelled Julmysse, whose wrist and finger he twisted so hard that she could not work. She had to stop what she was doing and providing medical treatment. There was a security officer who was present and was able to observe his behavior. I know that the victim, Ms. Clark, had indicated that she wanted this pursued because this is not the first time he's been to the hospital and has acted in this manner. We are asking for a bond in the amount of $2,500 for the simple battery and $3,500 for the battery. That would be a $6,000 good bond, no further violent contact with staff at the hospital, although one of the victims indicated they wanted him not to be able to go to the hospital. Our bond recommendation would be he has to have a medical reason to be at the facility. no alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. We would ask that he meet with a social worker for MH issues. Thank you.
All right, is Ms. Clark or Ms. Gilmas is present?
They indicated they would not be here.
All right, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Creasy is 32 years of age. He does have a good address with his aunt. He is a Georgia native. He's been here all his life. He is currently disabled, as you can see, is in a wheelchair, and he has been in that wheelchair for 16 years. He mentioned to me that he had gotten shot, and so he's been paralyzed due to the gunshot injury, Your Honor, and so he has not been able to work for 16 years, Your Honor, due to his injuries and his paralyzation. So I'd be asking for a signature bond. I understand the nature of the charge and I understand the FTAs, Your Honor, but he would not be able to afford a $6,500 good bond, Your Honor. And so I'd be asking for a signature bond, and if not possible, for the lowest reasonable amount so that he is able to leave jail, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $3,000 surety bond, 1,000, count 1, 2,000, count 2. He's to have no further contact with the alleged victims in this case. Stay away from that location unless receiving medical treatment. Have no alcohol, no drugs, weapons, and I am gonna ask that you meet with the social worker prior to his release. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Creasy, best of luck to you. That concludes your case for today. It's reset to the May 5th calendar.
Next is position 16, Miss Lee.
All right, Ms. Lee, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002550G. You're charged with theft of services. Do you understand your rights today?
This one.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
6 Cycles out of Georgia. Last arrest March 27, 2026 out of Roswell for theft by shoplifting. Open case for theft by shoplifting under 26 CR 001663E. Also an open case for false statements under 25 PI 004179. Appears to be on probation for theft by shoplifting, sentence May 1st, 2025 to 12 months on probation. There's a 2025 simple assault, NOLO, and a 2026 FTA. Recommendation is a level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle, I guess I'm most concerned with what she took and from where, allegedly.
This was a hotel for Miss Lee. This was accommodations at a hotel. And she got a room there that she didn't pay for, that she wasn't even supposed to be in, that she wasn't supposed to be in the room. And that is a place where you have to be compensated for living there, or unless otherwise arrangements have been made. Officers she failed to provide them with information identifying herself and resisted arrest. Bond recommendation is for $1,000 for the willful obstruction. And
I only see one charge for Miss Sierra Lee. She has more than one charge? There's only one charge on the calendar.
she should have a theft of services and the willful obstruction of law enforcement officer.
That does not appear on the calendar. Ms. Bridgewater, do we see that charge filed down?
Okay.
Or Ms. Strong?
It's in there. I'll add it.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Ms. Evans, your recommendation?
So I'm sorry, it is for $500 surety as to each count. So that would make for a $1,000 good bond. In this particular case, stay away from the location of the Comfort Suites at 1005 Kingswood Place. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Lee is 28 years of age. She does have a good mailing address. She has been in Georgia, she said to me, since 2024. She is currently only working part-time, but she mentioned that she would be at risk of termination. And so she would not be able to afford much of a bond, Your Honor. I would be asking for her to receive a signature bond so that she is able to return to work after being released, Your Honor.
Your defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. She's to stay away from that comfort suites and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. She's going to all purpose on the 5th in light of the surety bond. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor, nothing from defense.
All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Lee. Who do we have next?
22, Ms. Patel.
All right, Ms. Patel, good afternoon. Your case is 26CR002561Y. You're charged with battery family violence and simple battery family violence. I'm sorry, simple battery. You understand your rights?
I do.
All right, Ms. Harvey, thank you.
First arrest, Your Honor, level 1. It's the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Sirocco.
Your Honor, this was a sibling violence incident here it was in a vehicle around the intersection of Jones Bridge Road and Woodrun Lane Road. Oh, excuse me, Woodrun Lane in Johns Creek on April 21st. Officer made contact with the victim here, Mr. Brewer Patel, explained that the defendant, his sister, they lived together at 7325 Devonhall Way in Johns Creek, had attacked him. He was driving and had swerved to avoid a squirrel in the roadway, and the defendant, who was in the back seat, became upset over his driving, began punching and kicking him. He had scratch marks, the officer observed, on his wrist and behind his thumb, abrasions with visible blood as well. The victim's mother, Miss Rebecca Patel, did witness the incident and confirmed the statements of the victim. We have not been able to reach the Patels with respect to this case. We are seeking a signature bond through pretrial, recommending 3 days anger awareness, no further contact with Brewer Patel out of an abundance of caution. Stay away from 7325 Devonhall Way and Johns Creek, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for the victim in this case, and if the victim's mother is on as well.
Okay. Is Brewer Patel present? Wishes to make a statement? Is he a minor?
It was not clear from the warrant. I'm assuming not, given that there was no information about that.
Okay. And sounding for any member of the Patel family very quickly.
Your Honor, her father is present.
I'm sorry, say it again, Ms. Rainford.
Her father is present on the call, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Patel, I'm not necessarily going to hear from you today. I just need to know, is your son a minor?
No, he is not.
Okay. All right. Is he going to be present today?
I don't believe he was invited.
Okay. Well, at this time, that's the only person that I am gonna sound for at this time. But there is a victim witness advocate on the line, I believe, who may be able to chat you and give you some additional information. All right, Ms. Rainford, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Patel is 17 years old. She is a junior at Northview High School. She has no prior, so would be requesting for a signature bond, Your Honor. She's obviously missing classes in school because of this incident. She does live at the residence, the 7325 residence, with her parents, Your Honor. It is her parents' home. Her parents would like her to be back at the residence, so I'd be objecting to the stay away from the residence, and for there to be no further violent contact with her brother, Your Honor, as this was just a sibling incident, and I'm sure they would be able to resolve the incident, Your Honor.
And she is in high school, correct?
Yes, she is a junior.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, $2,000 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2. She's going to do 10 hours of community service, and she is going to do the 2-day anger awareness course. She's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and her case will be reset for the notice. Ms. Rainford, if you could give some additional information to details. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
Yes, if the Patels want to reach out to us, I can provide the contact information for our victim witness advocate. I know she was trying to reach the victim today.
All right. Perhaps you can chat them as well, Mrs. Rocco. All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Patel. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Position 18, Miss Lightfoot.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Lightfoot. Your case is 26CR002577L. In this case, you're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
14 cycles. Last arrest was April 17th of 2026 with the Atlanta Police Department for a windshield violation. There was a no-low in that case. There's a 2014 DUI, 2014 obstruction and battery, 2013 DUI, and 2006 simple battery. Recommendation is a level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, this happened March the 24th of 2026 at 381 Ashwood Avenue. Jakala, spelled Jakala Lewis, indicated that her mother pushed her during a verbal dispute. She had pepper spray in her hand, although she didn't use it. She indicated that there are some issues with the mother in regards to substance abuse and mental health. We did see from her history, actually, it is consistent. I would say that it's consistent just based on the arrests that she has for those type of activities. We are asking for a surety bond of $2,500, no further contact. The mother did put her out of the house. And so, but the victim is asking that the mother stay away from 1050 Regent Street Southwest, as well as her job located at Kroger City Center, 590 Cascade Avenue. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Her name was Ms. Lewis, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is Ms. Lewis present and wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Ms. Rankford.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Lightfoot is 42 years of age. The incident location is Miss Lightfoot's address, and I would be asking that she does not receive a stay away from that address. She has been in Georgia for over 20 years, and she is currently a caretaker for a veteran as well as a part-time pizza delivery driver, Your Honor. She did mention to me that she is currently tight on bills, and so she would not be able to afford anything more than $1,000 surety bond. So if a signature bond cannot be granted, I would be asking that the surety bond not exceed $1,000. She is a high school graduate. She's received her certification as a nursing assistant, Your Honor, and she's okay with the no further contact with her daughter.
All right, the information that we have is that the daughter resides at that location. I'm sorry, Ms. Evans.
No, Your Honor, we did not ask for a stay away from the location.
All right, understood. All right, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. She's to have no further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the 2 addresses provided by the state. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and her case will be reset to the May the 5th state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, Ms. Lightfoot. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Number 13, Ms. Faulner.
All right, Ms. Faulner, your case is 26CR002571J. You're charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights? Is that a yes? Say it quickly if it is. All right, you've been apprised of your rights. Ms. Harvey?
3 out of Alabama and 3 out of Georgia. Last arrest was December 15th, 2024 out of Fulton County for battery. That case was dismissed. Appears to be on probation out of the cab for loitering up on a school premises or within a school safety zone. Sentenced November 12th, 2025 to 12 months on probation. Pretrial's recommendation was a level 1 and nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, this happened April the 21st, at 1708 Sandalwood Drive. The victim in the case is Carl Pruitt. They live together, share a child. She slapped him in the face during an argument, causing swelling to his face. Officer was able to observe the marks and his swollen face. The bond recommendation in this case is for a signature bond for a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, that she complete 3 anger management classes, have no further contact with Carl Pruitt, stay away from the location, and that there be third-party transfer of the child for visitation. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
All right, and just clarify something. I'm sorry, Ms. Harvey, that was the recommendation from pretrial was level 2?
Your Honor,
It was level 1.
it was level 1, Your Honor.
Okay, just making sure. All right, I'm sounding for Mr. Pruitt at this time. All right, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to Mr. Pruitt earlier, and he indicated to me that he would be on the Zoom. He also indicated to me that he wished to have contact with my client. So I do expect him, if he is not on yet, to come on at some time, because I did provide him with the Zoom link. So I am asking for a signature bond for my client.
I'm here.
She has no significant.
I'm here.
All right, we'll let him speak in a minute. Go ahead, Ms. McLeod, please finish.
Yes, so I'm asking for
I'm
Go
here.
ahead,
the signature
One
bond.
second, sir. Ms. McLeod, please finish.
Yes, I'm asking for signature bond for her, condition of no further violent contact. We did speak at length about the incident that happened, and I also spoke with Mr. Pruitt. So that is my request, Your Honor, for signature bond for my client, condition of no further contact. So
All right.
no further violent contact with
All right.
Mr. Pruitt.
Mr. Pruitt, please raise your right hand and unmute. Do you swear or affirm the testimony, Mr. Pruitt, do you swear or affirm the testimony gives David the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, I'm most concerned with whether you wish to have contact and if you have the concerns for your safety. What would you like to tell me, Mr. Pruitt?
It was honestly just a big misunderstanding. I would love for her to continue to have contact. We live together. We have 2 children together, and this is her home.
All right. Defendant's going to receive a $3,500 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. She said have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, but I am going to require that she enroll in the FVIP program. She said have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case for today.
Did you say 3,500?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Best of luck to you. That concludes your case. Best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
Position 31, Ms. Thompson.
Good afternoon, Ms. Thompson. Your case is 26 CR 002568F. You're charged with battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
1 out of Georgia and 3 out of California. Last arrest was in 2010 for grand theft. There was no disposition for this case. Recommendation is a level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Storako.
Your Honor, this was an incident from April 20th, 2026, 880 West Peachtree Street in Atlanta. Officers responded to a fight in progress, and they made contact with both the defendant and the victim. The defendant is the mother of the victim, Leah Thompson. They were involved in a verbal altercation, and during the argument, the defendant poked her daughter in her left eye, causing redness and watering. It appeared she had a blood spot in her eye, and the defendant was arrested. State's recommendation is a signature bond through pretrial services with 2 days anger awareness. We have not been able to speak with Leah Thompson as of yet. We'll continue those efforts. We are recommending a stay away from the 880 West Peachtree Street address in Atlanta. and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Miss Leah Thompson.
All right, and you did say no further contact.
Right, out of an abundance of caution, we haven't been able to reach her.
All right, is Ms. Thompson present? All right, hearing and seeing none, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Thompson is 48 years of age. She does live at the address with her daughter. She mentioned to me that she does help her daughter to pay rent. So I'd be asking that there is no stay away and that also for no further violent contact. She also tells me that this was just a verbal altercation, that she did not put her hands, nor did she poke her daughter in the eye, Your Honor. She is a cook at Morehouse. She may be at risk of termination for being in custody. She hasn't been able to contact her job, Your Honor. So I'd ask that you put that into consideration as well. And I would also be asking that she has no other relatives here. So it's just her daughter and her, Your Honor. So I'd be asking that you grant the signature bond and allow her to return to the residence because she wouldn't be able to go anywhere else. And she does pay rent at the residence, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond, 1,000 on count 1, 500 on count 2. At this time, it can be modified later, but for now, she's to stay away from that location. She can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items, and she's to have no contact with the alleged victim in this case. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. I'm sorry. I need to change it. It's gonna be a signature bond with those same conditions. So 1,000 on count 1, 500 on count 2, so a $1,500 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's gonna take the 1-day anchor awareness, but the no further contact and the stay away will remain in place. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Judge, you changed it to a 1,500 signature bond. What level?
1.
Thank
All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
We have number 10, Miss Davis.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Davis. Your case is 26 CR 002562A. You're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
One arrest from April 11th of 2025 out of Coweta County for driving while license suspended or revoked. That case was dismissed. The recommendation is a UJR through the jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans-Fennell.
Yes, this happened April the 19th. She is was a bus driver for MARTA, and she initially claimed that Mr. Charles Jackson had beat her up, but once they reviewed the video surveillance, it appears that she was the initial person. Aggressor made physical contact with him regarding in an argument, and then he retaliated. So there was shuffling back and forth between the parties thereafter. Our bond recommendation is for a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services. We would ask that she have to take at least 3 anger management classes, have no further contact with the victim. We've not heard from Mr. Jackson at this point.
I'm here.
Okay,
One second. Don't do that.
And if there are any suspensions from Marta, we just ask her to comply with whatever disciplinary action they've already taken, and no alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jackson, if you wish to make a statement, turn on your camera, raise your right hand.
I'm trying to cut the camera on. It won't cut on. Okay.
You swear affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. I'm most concerned with any concerns you have for your safety, and if you have desire for contact with the defendant. What would you like to tell me?
This was all a big misunderstanding. You know, everything is my fault, and I completely apologize. I just want her out. You know, it's just we're a family, and it's just I just want her home because I'm supposed to be in there, not her. You
All
know,
right, thank
this is
you.
a big misunderstanding.
All right, I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. Ms. Rainford, any objection?
Okay.
Well, I'll allow you to proceed. Please proceed, Ms. Rainford.
No objection to the signature bond. I would ask that you respect the alleged victim's wishes so that she can have contact and no stay away, Your Honor. And that would be all from me.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $2,500 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. I'm gonna require that she enroll in the FVIP program. She is to abide by whatever suspensions Marta may have put in place and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Davis and Mr. Jackson, best of luck to you. Who do we
Thank
have
you.
next?
Position 33, Miss Turner.
Ms. Turner, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 0025772C. You are charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
Is this position 33, Judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 3 cycles. A last arrest was September 22nd, 2022, out of the state of Arkansas for a failure to appear in forgery. There was no final disposition listed. There's a 2018 driving while license suspended and 2014 disorderly conduct. Recommendation is a level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This is actually a dual arrest case. The other case is in Superior Court. The incident here from April 21st, 2026 took place at 3725 Princeton Lakes Parkway in Atlanta. It's a residential housing complex. The officer was met first by the defendant. Stated the Miss LaQuanta Battle who has the other open case. They've been living together at the location, and there was an argument. And while arguing, Miss Battle, she states, picked up a rat tail comb and stabbed her in the right forearm and scratched her lip and face. Officer did observe a small puncture wound to the defendant, as well as they observed a small puncture wound to the right forearm of the defendant. Also, the officer observed that the LaQuanta Battle had bruising and swelling under her right eye and scratches to her face from the defendant attacking her, to which she stated she used a comb in self-defense. Both parties were reportedly under the influence of alcohol at the time. There were conflicting testimonies, so officers weren't able to determine a primary aggressor. However, with her history, I did see presumably that open case out of Arkansas, the forgery in the second, 3 counts of that, and failure to appear from 2022 out of Arkansas. With the risk of failing to appear, minimal, it appears, ties, length of residence to the community here. We are recommending $1,000 surety on the charge of battery family violence. No further violent contact at this time with Miss LaQuanta Battle. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, thank you, Ms. McLeod.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for signature bond for my client. My client was the one who called the police because she just needed some help. And she ends up in jail. She has no violent history, Your Honor. And so I do believe that she qualifies for a signature bond despite the FDA from a different state. If the court is disinclined to give her a signature bond, I would ask for a very low cash bond, say $50, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. She's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no further violent contact with the cross defendant, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset further notice. Is there anything additional?
No, Your
Nothing
Honor.
further, Your Honor. And that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
It does. Take care, Ms. McCall. Have a good afternoon.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, who do we have next?
25, Mr. Rebas Ramirez.
Mr. Rebas Ramirez, your case is 26 CR 0025631. You're charged with battery and simple battery. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
First arrest, Your Honor. Recommendation is a level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Rocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident is from April 21st, 2026. So just yesterday at 1465 Holcomb Bridge Road, Roswell, is the McDonald's. The officer met with the victim, Mr. Ryan Manwaring, at the 1100 at a different location. He explained, though, that the defendant, who was his coworker there at the McDonald's, had slapped him in the face while he was at work. He had asked the defendant if he had clocked in, and for some reason that upset the defendant, and he slapped him in the face. There was redness observed on the right side of the victim's face, and other witnesses to attest to the same. The state did see an open case, felony court 26 PI 003217. Felony terroristic threats and acts from just a week before this incident here, a little under that, that he's being held on also for entering an Exxon, allegedly, and threatening to kill a different victim after having been instructed to leave the property. There was apparently reports of him following her at locations where she is present. So that concerns the state. We did speak with the victim here. He explained that he and the defendant worked together, didn't have issues before, and just kind of slapped him out of nowhere. Confirmed the events in the warrant, and the victim states that he has left his job. It's not clear whether that, from that conversation, whether that is the victim who's left the job or the defendant. He did state that the defendant's normally very nice, doesn't know how this happened. He did not have an opinion on bond, didn't necessarily want the defendant to be in jail, and doesn't believe the defendant's a bad person. With that other open case from just a week prior, we do have our concerns here. We are recommending a $1,500 surety, $1,000 on the battery, $500 on the simple battery. 2 days anger awareness, and no further contact with Mr. Manwaring, as well as a stay away from that McDonald's location, 1465 Holcomb Bridge Road in Roswell. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could sound for Mr. Manwaring, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Harvey, in the meantime, will you also check and see if you saw that felony terroristic threat? Is Mr. Manwaring present, wishes to make a statement? Hearing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rebas Ramirez, he is 17 years old. He was born and raised here in Georgia, a U.S. citizen, Your Honor. And he went to California a little bit while he was growing up, but he has been here in Georgia with his mother and father. And I was not able to talk to anyone yet, but I do have his parents' name, spelling, and the phone number. They should be willing to be a co-signer. This is his first arrest ever, and he is presumed to be innocent for the other previous case that may have been opened a week ago, but that one, Your Honor, my client denies the allegation. And this incident, literally, the alleged victim was the one who threw his headset at my client. So my client is not an initial aggressor. And he does want to go to finish high school. He only has like a couple of years left. And he didn't get fired at McDonald's. So I think that tells something that he was a good person. Was not aggressor. I think employer probably knows. They can probably see through this. He's a great artist. He loves drawing. He plays guitar, and Your Honor, he wants to be either mechanic or a biologist. We asked for a signature on bond, and he will go back to McDonald's for work, but I don't think that he will ever contact this person.
All right, Ms. Harvey, did you see it?
I do, Your Honor. He went to first appearance today on that case. So it was
Understood.
with this arrest. That's under 26 PI 003-217. And he received, I think, a UJR through the jail on this case. Let me double check the bond order.
5,000 good bond.
Oh, good bond.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Thank
got
you.
a 5,000. Okay, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond, 500 on each count. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. And he's to stay away from that McDonald's if he's no longer employed there. If he's still employed at the McDonald's, he can return to the location. He's to have no alcohol, drugs, weapons, and in light of the surety bond, his case is going to the May 5th state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
All right, best of
I'm
luck to
sorry,
you.
Judge, I'm sorry. Just for clarity, Deputy, they changed the bond order. Check it. It is, I think they first had a 5K good bond. They changed it to a UJR through the jail. So you want to double check that. Yes. The officer in court just told me, and I just pulled up the bond order. So she said they brought them back up and they changed it.
Please. We would like to request for signature on bond and also waive the foresight, Your Honor.
I'm gonna leave it at the $1,000 surety. All right,
Can it be Emily's sheriff percent program?
all right, he can go for the sheriff's 10%. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right. Who do we have next?
Position 35, Miss Yearns.
All right, Ms. Yearns, your case is 26 TR 002549C. You're charged with 2 counts of battery family violence, 1 count of simple battery family violence, and 1 count of cruelty to children in the third. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
First arrest, Your Honor, level 1 is the recommendation. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Sarago.
Yes, Judge. This was a September 9th incident from last year, 1991 MLK Jr. Drive in Atlanta. It's an apartment complex. The victim here is Mr. Antolino Pittman Outlaw, Pittman-Outlaw. Explained that, explained that the defendant is his live-in girlfriend. They share a 4-year-old child together. Had attacked him. There was a dispute over a vehicle being repossessed. It was a family vehicle. And the verbal altercation became physical when the defendant pushed him in the chest, started screaming. He then went into the bathroom, tried to close the door, at which point she had grabbed him by the shirt, struck him in the neck and face, and there were scratches, fresh scratches observed by law enforcement on his face and neck. This was in the presence of their 4-year-old child. We did speak with Mr. Pittman Outlaw. He and the defendant have been together for 7 years and have that 4-year-old together. They live together, confirmed the events in the warrant here. He says nothing like this has happened before. The two have been good since this incident. He would like the defendant to have a signature bond and is okay with the defendant returning to the home. We're fine with a signature bond in this particular case. This was September 9th of last year. We would be asking for 1 or 2 days anger awareness here, preferably to no further violent contact with Mr. Antolino Pittman Outlaw and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. If we could sound for the victim in this case, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Pittman Outlaw, if you'd like to make a statement, please turn on your camera and raise your right hand quickly. Are you in a moving vehicle, sir? The car, you cannot be in a car that's moving. In the meantime, Ms. Rainford.
No, it's not moving. We've stopped.
All right, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
what
Your
would you
Honor.
like to tell me? I'm most concerned with concerns for your safety and desire for contact. What would you like to tell me?
So in the past, we had a little dispute inside our apartment that we was living at over the vehicle that got repossessed.
I don't want you to make a mistake and say too much that may hurt or help Miss Aaron's case or may end up being used against her. Let's focus on, do you have any concerns about her returning to your home, and do you have any concerns for your
No,
safety?
no, ma'am. We actually live together. We've been great, and we've been working out just fine, and we've been trying. We just trying to get better. We wasn't thinking right back then.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, okay? Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. If the state has no objection to the signature bond, I'd be asking that we do the signature bond and then no further violent contact, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. I am going to require that she enroll in the FVIP program. She's to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the case will be reset for the notice. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to all parties concerned. This matter is concluded for today. Who do we have next?
Number 11, Mr. Dicki.
All right, Mr. Dicki, your case is 26 CR 002565G. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. You understand, right?
Yes, ma'am. I hope you're having a blessed day this morning.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey?
15 cycles. Last arrest was January 15, 2026, out of Fulton County for VGCSA, possession of methamphetamine, and possession and use of drug-related objects. There is an open case out of Fulton County for criminal trespass, theft by shoplifting, purchase, possession, or having a controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 2 under 25 PI 005918. Also an open possession of methamphetamine and possession and use of drug-related objects under 26 PI 000394. There's a 2017 theft by shoplifting convictions and FTAs from 2025 and 2 from 2023. Pretrial's recommendation is a level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, this happened at the Metro PCS on April the 12th. He took an Apple Watch, less than $500. Our bond recommendation is for a $1,000 surety. I think that's already been set by the magistrate. We'd ask the court that it just remain the same and stay away from the Metro PCS at 3451 Dogwood Drive in Hateville. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Kim?
Mr. Dicki is 26 years young, and Your Honor, he believes that the person who was complaining was Angela Caceres, is actually a friend of his mother, and he didn't take the Apple Watch. It was returned to the person. I mean, it was a misunderstanding. He was born and raised here in Georgia, and after graduating from high school, he went to American International University and then transferred to Georgia State University to study business. His specialty is accounting, and Your Honor, he's very good at acting, singing, and soccer. He does have a job working hard at Smoothie Station, and Your Honor, we would like to request for a signature on bond. And she is very, I mean, he is very personal. He has a great personality, and I don't think he was just misunderstood.
And if I could say one thing,
You have a right to remain silent. I promise.
Think you should stick with your right to remain silent. All right, defendant is going to receive a $1,000 surety bond. He's to stay away from that Metro PCS location, have no alcohol, no drugs or weapons, and that case will be going to state all purpose on the 5th of May. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, can we have a sheriff's 10%, please?
Please have
Not for that one in light of the other open cases. Is there anything additional? Ms. Kim, why don't you speak to your client very quickly? I do not think he should make any statements on the record while the state is listening.
Nothing further from past, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Next, we have add-on 2.
All right, Ms. Gaston, your case is 26 CR 002578C. You are charged with reckless conduct. Do you understand your rights? And I'm sorry, and simple assault. All right, Ms. Harvey.
Last 2 cycles, last arrest was in 1996, Your Honor, for simple battery. Recommendation is UJR jail.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This particular incident took place on November the 15th of 2025. There was an argument between her and another person at Greenbrier Mall. The victim in the case is Tanita Miller. Her first name is spelled Tenita. It was in reference to her, something was going on with her daughter who actually worked at the mall. That is Miss Gaston's daughter worked at the mall. There was a dispute that happened. Miss Miller got in her vehicle and drove away. She pulled up to the intersection of Campbellton Road and Lee Street, and Miss Gaston fired at her vehicle, at her, who was sitting in the vehicle, several times. Once the officer spoke with Miss Gaston, she indicated that she had indeed fired her firearm at her, but she wasn't trying to kill her. She indicated that Miss Miller had showed her a gun, but from the investigation, the officer went immediately, and there was no, Miss Miller never possessed a gun, and has indicated that she does not have a gun. And there was a license plate reader that was also able to place Miss Gaston at the location. We have asked for this case to be transferred, and we're waiting for confirmation of its transfer. But in the meantime, she is charged with reckless conduct and simple assault. We are asking for a cash bond in this particular case. As to the reckless conduct, we're asking for $5,000. As to the simple assault, we are asking for $10,000. We are asking that there be no further contact with Miss Miller, and she should stay away from Brentwood Commons Apartments in Campbellton Road. The location of that is 2770 Campbellton Road. And it appears that the parties know each other, and she would know where she lived, which is why Miss Miller had asked that there be no contact from that location as well. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, no firearms while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Is Ms. Miller present, wishes to make a statement? Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Gaston is 56 years of age. She was born in Washington, D.C., but has been in Georgia for over 40 years. So I would consider her a native at this point. She has 4 grown children, and she is the proud grandmother of 9. She mentioned, Your Honor, I would be asking for a signature bond for my client. Her last cycle was in 1996, Your Honor. That's about 30 years ago. So I would be asking for the signature bond for her. And if a signature bond cannot be granted, I'd be asking that the surety bond not exceed $1,000, Your Honor. She does have a GED. She does have a job, but she's not sure if she will still have that job due to being in custody, Your Honor. And that would be it. Just would request for the signature bond, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $5,000 surety bond, $2,500 on each count. She's to have no contact with Ms. Miller, stay away from that location, surrender any firearms to the sheriff's department, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. And her case will be reset to state all purpose on the 5th. Is there anything additional? All right, best of luck to Ms. Gaston. Who do we have next?
Number 12, Mr. Dunn.
Mr. Dunn, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002570J. In this case, you are charged with battery family violence. You understand your rights?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
First arrest, Your Honor. Recommendation is a UJR through the jail. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
This is Michael Dunn. This happened on April the 21st at 2199 Lenox Road Northeast. There was an argument between he and her name is Charissa, Charissa, last name Cash, Kash. They were living in the same household. There was an argument. She began placing some of his items in his truck. He became upset and took his forearm across her neck and forced her to the ground. She had lacerations on her forearms as a result of this. And we are asking for, actually asking for a surety bond, $3,500 surety, no further contact, stay away from the location, no alcohol, drugs, weapons, possess no firearms. And that would be our recommendation at this time. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Cash present wishes to make a statement. All right, who represents this defendant? Is it Ms. Rainford?
Not me, Your Honor. I'm not sure.
Is Ms. Kim there? Do you represent this defendant?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Kim, are you ready? Is everything all right at courtroom 2?
Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, Mr. Dunn, actually, he is 68 years old, Your Honor. I believe this is his current arrest, and he does not have any child with a complaining witness. He is completely okay with a stay away because he's already moved out, and he does not want to have any contact either. Indeed, he is thinking about filing for TPO himself. He was basically, he feels like she was doing self-harm and then blaming him to trap. And he's actually retiring next week. He is working at the medical field. He has 3 adult children, bachelor's degree for political science. And Your Honor, we ask for a signature on bond and also
All right.
one. Yeah.
Defendant's going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services. He's to have no further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that location. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset. Further notice. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from thanks, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Dunn. Who do we have next?
Add-on 4, Miss Little.
All right, Ms. Little, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002579L. You're charged with the discharge of a firearm on a public street. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
Her only arrest was July 18, 2025, out of Gwinnett County for a DUI. There was no disposition listed on this case, Your Honor. Recommendation is a level 2 and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle. You're muted.
Thank you. On March the 1st of 2026, she was at 1271 Marietta Boulevard, which is Vivid Lounge. I think she was working or maybe lost her job at that evening. There was someone who was there who stole some money and a cell phone from her, and she was upset. She was asked to leave the location. She left, came back. She fired about 4 rounds into the air. She was sending messages to someone inside of the lounge. Security was able to observe her. She left the location, then she came back, fired 3 more rounds out and discharging them into the area, in the parking lot area. Our bond recommendation is for a $5,000 surety. We would ask the court to that she do some form of anger management. This was way out of proportion to what was going on. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, and surrender any firearms she has at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Little is 22 years of age. She does have a good address, a family home address. She was born here. She mentioned that although she was born here, she has just now come back because she was a military child, and so her family moved around through Kentucky and Iowa. She is currently unemployed, Your Honor, so she's not going to be able to afford a $5,000 surety bond, Your Honor. She did mention that she is actively looking for a job though, so hopefully she will be able to find a job shortly. But due to her circumstances, Your Honor, I'd be asking for a signature bond or for the lowest reasonable amount not to exceed $1,000 surety, Your Honor, so that she'd be able to leave, Your Honor.
Defendant's gonna receive a $3,500 surety bond. She's stay away from that lounge on Marietta Street. She's to have no alcohol, no drugs and weapons, and to surrender any firearms to the sheriff's department. Is there anything additional from the state or from the defense? All right, hearing none, best of luck to you, Ms. Little. That concludes your case. What do we have next?
28, Mr. Devontae Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 0025664B. You're charged with criminal trespass, obstruction, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
4 cycles. The last arrest was July 1st, 2025, out of Fulton County for a failure to appear. Appears to be on probation out of Fulton County for criminal trespass and damage to property. Sentenced July 10th of 2025 to 12 months on probation. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 2. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. I'm assuming he was somewhere and tried to run. Mrs. Rocco, where was he and what did he damage?
It was the Leyland Point Apartments at 2900 Laurel Ridge Way in East Point, one of the apartments there. And it was roughly $300 worth in damage that officers observed to the front door that he appeared to make forced entry into. They spotted him there at the location. He did, excuse me, that front door frame was completely knocked off due to forced entry. And defendant wasn't able to provide any proof of residence there, and stated he wanted his property and apologized for the incident. The defendant did flee upon the sight of a uniformed officer approaching him here in investigating this case, and was found in possession of less than an ounce of marijuana. The state's recommendation with that active probation case being ending in 20864B, excuse me, also being a criminal trespass damage to property, and with this case here, the current, I did see a 2025 FTA as well on that case. The bond is currently set at a $4,000 total surety. With the risk of offense to property in the community, damaging the property of the community, and risk of failing to appear with the 2025 FTA. We are recommending $3,000 split bond in this case. Really, the only difference would be the marijuana charge being converted from $1,000 surety to a signature bond through the jail. Presently, it's $1,500 surety on the criminal trespass damage to property and the obstruction each. We're asking that to remain set, with just the marijuana charge being converted to SOB through the jail. Social worker visit for housing. Stay away from 2900 Laurel Ridge Way in East Point. It's again Leyland Point Apartments, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection to signature bond through jail. However, we would like to request for signature on bond for other charge too. He is 32 years, born and raised here in Georgia. Your Honor, after graduating from high school, he's working as a server at Jamaican cuisine. It's kind of like Jamaica and America mixed up special dish that he's actually working for. That's the restaurant that they work for, Your Honor. He does have all his family members here in Georgia. He paid to his ex. Basically, he used to work with this lady called Lala at U-Haul, and they were workers. So my client trusted him, and she asked him to pay for like $300 to live there. So he's been paying that, and he believed he had a right to be there, and he thought he was leasing a room from her. And my client is actually a victim of this fraud, and he is right now homeless, and he lost his belongings because they didn't go through eviction process. He was there for more than 2 months. They should have filed writ of protection to filed for that to get proper eviction. However, they chose to make him to be a criminal, which is not really nice. We ask for signature on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $2,000 split bond, 500 surety on count 1, 500 surety on count 2, and 1,000 signature through the jail. He's to stay away from that location. However, he can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items that may belong to him. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and the case will be reset to May the 5th. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, can you have a person, please?
No, not for that one. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Smith. What do we have next?
29, Mr. Canales.
All right, Mr. Smith, your case is 26 CR 00265666. Oh, is he coming?
Yeah, 10%.
All right, Mr. Denali Smith, your case is 26 CR 002566E. You're charged with loitering and prowling, obstruction, giving false information, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ms. Harvey.
7 Cycles, last arrest October 17, 2024, out of Cobb County for criminal trespass and possession of a Schedule II controlled substance that appears to be an open probation case, sentenced November 18, 2024 to 3 years on probation. In addition, there is a 2015 reckless conduct and obstruction, and 2011 carrying a weapon in a school zone, and 09 criminal trespass. There's also a probation violation hold out of Cobb County. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 2, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. Not an entirely dissimilar case here from the last one taken up. This incident from April 21st was at 322 La Quinta Drive in Atlanta. Officers responded to a burglary call, and they were advised by a neighbor that an unknown male had used a brick to break and enter into an unoccupied residence there. They did, see the male later identified as a defendant in the unit, and upon sight of the officers began to flee. They ultimately detained him, and he misidentified himself as with the last name Jones and a birth date of June 3rd, 1990, which is not his date of birth. And he, later admitted to lying about that personal information once they did identify him. He has an active warrant out of Cobb County Sheriff's Office for probation violations, it appears. And they noticed that there was near the entry, large cylinder block or brick used to break the glass of the rear door, and that's how he appeared to have been able to enter. Also, there was a breaker box they observed with copper stripped, with the breaker box removed, which is often done to strip copper for sale. He couldn't advise of the contact information of anyone who gave him permission to be in the residence. Also stated that this just happened to be damaged and he proceeded to enter. He did have marijuana on his person. With his history, he got a number of convictions within the past several years, but most recently the criminal trespass and possession of a Schedule II from 2024 out of Cobb that he's still on probation for, and for which he does have a hold. The state's recommending, similar to the last case, but slightly different in the amounts, that the $5,000 total surety that's currently set be amended to a $4,000 split bond. Currently, it's $1,500 on the loiter prowl and the obstruction, and $1,000 on the giving false information to law enforcement. Those are all sureties. We're asking that those remain set, with the $1,000 surety for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce being converted to a signature bond through the jail. We're recommending a social worker visit for housing, as well as a stay away from that complex at 322 La Quinta Drive in Atlanta. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 35 years old, long-time Georgia resident, Your Honor. He does not have any children. After 11th grade, he has a self-employed business for landscaping. And, Your Honor, his father resides at 342, same street name. Um, it's kind of like a right next to each other. And he says he was not doing whatever he was doing. He was actually visiting his father, and he's been going through a lot of challenges lately. He just lost his grandmother shortly after he lost his mother, so he lost lots of support system. And right now, he has not had enough that much job from his self-employed business, so he does need a signature on bond to get out of the jail. Thank you.
Defendant's gonna receive a $2,000 split bond, 500 surety count one, 500 surety count two, 500 signature on count three, 500 signature on count three. So he's got to make bond on 1,000. He's to stay away from that location. However, he can go to visit his father. He should just go directly inside. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. As a condition, he'll be reset to May 5th. Is there anything additional?
There was 10%.
Not for that one, Ms. Kim, I'm sorry. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have next?
Your Honor, those signature bonds, is it through the jail or through pretrial?
Through the jail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
30, Mr. Spencer.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Number 30, Mr. Spencer.
Oh, Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002567B. You're charged with terroristic threats and acts. You understand your rights? Where's Mr. Spencer? Is Mr. Spencer coming? Okay, Mrs. Spencer, your case 26 CR 002567B. You're charged with terroristic threats and acts. You understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
2 cycles, last arrest March 30th, 2024 out of Clayton County for 2 counts of simple battery. Does appear to be on active probation for that case, sentenced May 19th of 2025 to 12 months on probation. Recommendation is a level 1, nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Sarako.
Yes, Your Honor, and as part of that, he was ordered to do 12 anger management classes. I believe it may be 12 weeks, as well as 50 hours community service. The incident here, April 21st, 2026, took place at 560 Windsor Street in Atlanta. Officers responded there and made contact with the caller and the victim here, Miss Rashunda Donaldson. She explained that the defendant, who is the father of her children, lives with her at this location, had been threatening her. She had been having ongoing issues with the defendant, and she explained that he has previously been physically abusive to her. On this day, it was not physical abuse, and they were arguing. And while they were speaking over the phone, the defendant, she explained, stated he would put her in the hospital if he catches her cheating on him, he will put her in the hospital. Officers were able to listen to a recording of this call, and the defendant was subsequently arrested. With that open probation case there, the state is recommending, out of a concern for this victim's safety and risk of reoffense, we're recommending a $4,000 surety. We haven't been able to speak with Miss Donaldson. We would ask the court sound for her when appropriate, but out of an abundance of caution, we'd be asking for no further contact with her. Stay away from 560 Windsor Street Southwest in Atlanta, as well as no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. That is, I believe, all I had. If we can just sound for Miss Donaldson.
All right, is Ms. Donaldson present, wishes to make a statement? All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 35 years old, Georgia resident. Your Honor, he is currently residing with complaining witness, and her 4 children. And my client also has 2 children, and one of them is currently residing with him. After getting GED, he worked and went to the trade school to get brick making skills, and that's what he's been doing it. And also, he's currently working at Section Stack company called. That's the name of the company that he is actually fixing garage doors. Your Honor, we would like to request for a signature on bond. And if Your Honor is not inclined, because he's recommended for a pretrial level 1, we ask for the maximum bond for $1,000.
All right. All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Yes, can he have a third-party transfer for his children?
All right, yes, he can have a third-party transfer of the children.
And care up to 10%, Your Honor?
No, not in light of that open case, Ms. Kim. I appreciate your advocacy, all right? Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Add on one, Mr. Davis.
All right, Mr. Davis, your case is 26 CR 002580C. You're charged with simple battery. You understand your rights, Mr. Davis? All right, Ms. Harvey?
4 out of Georgia and 37 cycles out of Florida. Last arrest was April 5th, 2026, out of Fulton County for simple battery. That is open under 26 CR 002232C. Out of Florida, there are convictions from 2023 for grand theft, 2012 driving while license suspended, burglary, reckless driving, and grand theft, 2010 grand theft and burglary. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 3, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, this incident happened at 3375 Flat Shoals Road, South Fulton. The victim is Jenny Mojica, spelled Mojica. And she indicated that there was an argument with Mr. Davis, and she walked away and went into the bathroom. He came behind her, grabbed her head and pushed her as if he was going to push her into a mirror, but she actually did not land in the mirror. There were children in the home that verified with the officers that this has taken place. Our bond recommendation is for $3,500 surety bond, no further contact with the victim, stay away from the location, no alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond, no firearms. We'd ask that any firearms that he possessed, that they be surrendered. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Is Ms. Mojica present, wishes to make a statement? Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Davis is 35 years of age. I would be asking for no further violent contact and for him to have a one-time escort to retrieve his belongings if he's no longer allowed at the residence, Your Honor. He did mention to me that he only has family in Florida, and so I'd be asking for a signature bond if possible. If a signature bond is not possible, Your Honor, I'd be asking for the lowest reasonable amount not to exceed $1,000 surety, Your Honor. And
right. Go ahead, Ms.
yes.
Rainford. I'm sorry, were you finished? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm good. You're good.
All right. Defendant gonna receive $1,500 surety bond. Was somebody sounding? Was that Ms. Mojica?
No, this is his mom, Ms.
Okay, there's other parties on the line who can assist you. I'm only gonna hear from the victim today. All right, Mr. Davis is gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. That case will be reset to May 5th, whereby aspects of the case can be revisited. Is there anything additional from the state or the defense as it pertains to Mr. Davis's case?
No, Your Honor.
And perhaps Ms. Rainford, you could chat his mother a number or some information. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Davis. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
1 and 2, Mr. Akande.
I'm sorry, say that again. I'm sorry, what position?
Position 1 and 2, Judge.
Oh, 1 and 2, thank you. Mr. Akande, your case is 26 CR 00258. I'm sorry, 2558Y. You're charged with simple assault, family violence, criminal trespass, and damage to property, and simple battery against a person who is either pregnant or 65 years of age. You also have 26 CR 002559Y. In that case, you're charged with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the third. Do you understand your rights today? You can nod and say yes. You understand your rights? He's muted. In the meantime, Ms. Harvey.
One arrest, Your Honor, from September 2nd, 2023, battery, family violence, and criminal damage to property in the second degree out of Fulton County. That is open. That case is currently in judicial hold under 25 SC 000914. Recommendation is a level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. And Mr. Akanda, you did understand your rights today?
Yes, man. Also, my mom, she should be here. She should be my witness because a lot of this.
Okay. All right. We'll address that at a later point. All right. Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, on the first case that happened May the 20th of 2025 at 3633 Guinness Road, Southwest, the victim in the case is Miss Shandrika Johnson. She indicated that she had told him that she was going to take their son or her son to his grandmother's house, and he became aggravated and upset. He started to aggressively pinch her in the stomach, and she was pregnant at the time. He took her phone and he broke it. His sister was present at the time and gave the officers information about her brother and his whereabouts, and that she had seen that this happened. He also threw rocks at her while she was attempting to leave the location. In the second case involving the same victim, it occurred February the 23rd of 2026, and officers went to the same location and found her with blood on her face and mouth and nose that all appeared to be swollen. He had asked her for money because he knew that she had gotten an income tax check back, and she indicated no. So he grabbed her by the hoodie and began punching her in the face while she was holding their baby. The case, the 25 SC 00914 case, she is also the victim in that, and he was currently under a no violent contact. That case is similar in that he broke her cell phone, he burned her clothes, he punched her in the face, and banged her head against a wall, leaving marks and bruises. We are asking in this particular case, with this open FTA that he has, we are asking for bond as to the first case. Simple assault, $2,500, criminal damage to property, $2,500, simple battery on a pregnant woman, $2,500, which makes for a $7,500 cash bond. No further contact with her and stay away from the location. We are asking that there be no third-party transfer of children without some form of parenting place that's been put in place by a legitimation or Superior Court order. As to the second case, we are asking for $3,500 and on the second count of $1,500 on the cruelty to children, which makes for a $5,000 cash bond. No further contact and stay away. Same conditions regarding transfer of any children in which they share. Ms. Johnson had indicated that she may be on here, and I'd ask the court to sound for her in case that she is. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Johnson, are you present? If you are, please turn on your camera quickly and raise your right hand. I'm sounding for Ms. Shandrika Johnson. Hearing none, Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 23 years old. He does live at the address where the incident has alleged to have occurred. This is his family home, where he stays with his family, Your Honor. He's been in Georgia all his life. He's currently unemployed, but he's actively looking for a job. He mentioned to me he did graduate from high school, from South Atlanta High School, Your Honor. I would be asking for a signature bond. He cannot afford a cash bond due to his unemployment status, Your Honor. If a signature bond cannot be granted, Your Honor, I'd be asking for nothing more than a 2,000 surety, Your Honor. I did also speak with his mother. His mother is online, and she is corroborating his story that he has told me, that he's denying the allegations because she was also present on the accounts. I did also inquire about him with the no further contact, and he mentioned to me that she keeps coming around his house, his residence. And so although the order is in place, she is antagonizing him by coming to his residence, Your Honor. So I'd be asking for a surety of no greater than 2,000 for my client, Your Honor, as he is denying the allegations at hand. Thank you.
All right. I'm not going to exclude him from his residence. Ms. Evans-Ballard, you didn't have information that she resided there, did you?
Both incidents happened there, and I believe I wanted to look at the bond from the other case, if you'll give me a moment, because I think he's already under an order not to be at that location. Thank you.
All right. Well, what we're going to do is for position one, defendant's going to receive a $6,000 surety, 2,000 on each count. He's have no contact with Ms. Johnson and stay away from that location. If Ms. Johnson resides there, we can determine that with a member of law enforcement, which he'll go there one time. If she's there, he stay away. If she's not there, he can return to that location. For position two, defendant's going to receive a $3,000 surety bond, 2,000 on count one, with the same conditions. Both cases will be reset to the May 5th state all-purpose calendar. Is there anything additional from the state of the defense?
Your Honor, I'd just be asking for a lower surety bond for him due to his unemployment status.
I appreciate your apathy, Ms. Rainford. It will remain as set. Is there anything additional? All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Number 5, Mr. Cooper.
Okay, that is a consent, Ms. Evans, Ms. Harvey, Mr. Cooper, your case is 26 CR 002544D. In this case, you're charged with battery. Ms. Harvey, what is the history, please?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it not a consent?
I can't. I just read the victim's information, so I can't agree to the condition regarding the living arrangements.
All right. Ms. Harvey, can I have history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. 1 out of Georgia, 2 out of Tennessee. Last arrest was December 31st, 2021 out of DeKalb County for battery and aggravated battery. The battery was not presented to the grand jury. However, it appears the aggravated battery charge is still pending. There is a 2021 reckless driving out of Tennessee. Recommendation is a level 2 and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, it happened. This incident happened April the 20th. It was about 3:25 in the morning at 710 Peachtree Street. Officers went to the location. All the parties involved in this are roommates. They apparently had returned to the apartment, and Mr. Cooper and Mr. McCaleb, McCaleb, first name Michael, was the victim in this case. They apparently went back to the apartment. All the parties had been drinking. Ms. Pope continued where she was, drinking and hanging out. There was some dispute between the two of them as to whether or not Mr. McCabe was interested in Mr. Cooper, or Mr. Cooper was interested in Mr. McCabe. As it were, the officers were able to observe there was bruising on the face, head, and index finger of Mr. McCabe. He had the argument that they had turned into, all of a sudden, he just violently attacked him. He had to go to the hospital, and there are photographs of his injuries were taken as well. Our bond recommendation is for a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services because he has the open aggravated battery out of DeKalb. We are asking that it be at level 2. We're asking for no further contact with Michael McCabe and that he stay away from the 710 Peachtree Street address. And that he complete 3 anger awareness classes. My concern is that the victim, who may be on Zoom, I'm not sure, I was looking for him earlier, had indicated some concern about whether or not there would be retaliation if he returned to the home. So that is why our bond recommendation is that he not return as long as Mr. McCabe is there at that location. Thank you.
All right. Is Mr. McCabe present and wishes to make a statement? Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. It's my understanding from my client that the address is his residence and that his name is on the lease, Your Honor. It was also relayed to me that the alleged victim in the case is not someone that he necessarily knows. It's someone through another friend, Your Honor. So I'm not sure about that situation of them being roommates or anything like that, because from what I was told, this is just a friend of another friend, and this is his house and his residence, and he's the one that has the lease on this residence, Your Honor. So I'd be asking that he's not removed from his residence, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive. I'm sorry. Ms. Evans-Bell, you want to say something?
No, just because the residents, apparently Mr. Cooper, his girlfriend, Miss Pope, and Mr. McCabe were all living together in that location, at least for at least 6 months. And that was the information that was contained in the original warrant information.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services. He's to stay away from that location and have no contact with Mr. McCabe. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Yes, Your Honor. If the alleged victim is not at the location, Your Honor, is he able to continue residing there?
The information is that it's like a roommate situation, Ms. Evans-Battle?
That's the information I have.
And
all right.
my client is negating that information, Your Honor. So I'm not sure what's true and what's not. So I'd be asking that if this person is not at the residence, that he
The
be allowed to
problem
return to
is
the
if he
residence.
goes there and the person's not standing there, but they may have a room there, that creates a challenge. All right, what we're gonna do is we'll allow the officer and him to make that determination. If Mr. McCabe is no longer residing there, not just not currently there, but no longer resides there, he can return to the location. And I'm also gonna add 3 anger awareness courses. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Cooper. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Morning, Mr. Nance.
I'm sorry, what number? I'm sorry, what position is this?
20. 20. Position 20.
Thank you. Mr. Nance, your case is 26 CR 002650J. You're charged with 2 counts of simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
5 cycles. Last arrest was April 15th, 2025 for aggravated assault out of Atlanta. Appears to be on first offender probation for 2 counts of aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and criminal damage to property in the first degree. Sentenced April 3rd, 2025 to 10 years on probation. Also appears to be on probation for aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Sentenced June 30th, 2025. 9 years and 10 months on probation. Recommendation from pretrial, Your Honor, is a level 2 and nothing further.
All right, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place. This is Mr. Roderick Nance, correct?
Roderick, yes.
Okay, thank you. The incident here took place July 26th, 2025, 2950 MLK Junior Drive in Atlanta. Law enforcement responded to a dispute call and they made contact with the victim here, Miss Tiande Wright. She explained that the defendant, her live-in boyfriend, had attacked her. She had returned home from work and entered their apartment, and that's when she noticed the defendant essentially indecent in the shower with two other individuals. She had taken her phone out. The defendant saw her and charged at her at full speed, pushing her into the wall and started fighting her, leaving a large hole in the drywall in the room. She had called 911 and ran from that residence to the leasing office. And once inside, she was attempting to cancel the lease of their apartment there. The defendant had followed her as the same day inside and then pushed her into the desk, the main office there, ultimately causing her to fall to the floor. That was before he fled the location on foot. That's why this case is coming to us later here. The defendant, the property manager, Mrs. Hightower, had witnessed the attack that took place and gave her statement to the officer. Miss Wright did positively identify the defendant. With respect to his history here, the First Offender Act probation case from September 2024 for ag assault, criminal damage to property in the first, possession of firearm during commission, was for shooting at two different victims with a firearm and at a vehicle. 15 years served 5, no firearms, among other conditions. He violates that with the other case. Then while he's on First Offender Act probation, he goes out February 25th, 2025. So prior to this incident, and shoots at the same victim as here in this case, Miss Aonda Wright, with a handgun. Also was in possession of a .223 Remington rifle. He was convicted of aggravated assault, possession of firearm during commission, and received possession of transport of firearm by a felony first offender. That was on June 27th, 2025, sentenced to 15 years, served 60. And within a month of his release there, Judge, he is out committing more violence against her with this offense on July 26th. So we have a serious problem here. We are very, very concerned for Miss Wright's safety. We haven't been able to reach her yet, but there's a significant risk of reoffense here, danger, threat to her posed by this defendant, who is not just violent towards her, but violent generally, based on his history here and recent history, if I might add. So the state's recommendation, given the violations of his probation, and in which he was to have no further contact with her in that most recent 25 SC 003168. And for the aforementioned reasons, we're recommending an $8,000 total cash bond here, Your Honor. $4,000 on each simple battery family violence charge. No further contact with Aonda Wright. Stay away from 2950 MLK Jr. Drive Southwest in Atlanta. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, is Ms. Wright present? Wishes to make a statement? Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 28 years young, and he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. Apparently, he has 2 children with complaining witness who is now ex-girlfriend. They do not live together. They just have one child that they co-parent, and he wants to be able to have a relationship with his child continuously. So we ask for a third-party transfer. There's no objection to stay away or no contact. They have not actually had any more relationship, and he does not believe. He believes that she's not really afraid of him. However, I will be calling continuously to verify how she feels. And he graduated from high school. After that, he worked. He's actually working at 2 different jobs right now, security guard and also moving company. He's a very diligent father who's responsible for his 2 minor children. Your Honor, he's also a survivor of cancer treatment, and which is really amazing. And I asked for a signature on bond, and if you are, he already has 2 probation violations, so he's going to be here in the jail quite a bit. We asked for the lowest possible surety bond, maybe $100 surety bond. Thank you.
All right, defendant's going to receive a $6,000 surety bond, $3,000 on each count. He said, have no contact with Ms. Wright, stay away from that location, have no alcohol, no drugs or weapons, and the case is going to all purpose on the 5th. Is there anything additional?
No,
Best
Judge.
of luck to you, sir. That concludes the case for today. Who do we have next?
34, Mr. Wiggins.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Wiggins. Your case is 26 CR 002574D. You're charged with 2 counts of battery family violence and 1 count of simple battery family violence. You understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
2 cycles. Last arrest August 9th, 2018. Out of Coweta County for driving while license suspended or revoked. That case was dismissed. Recommendation is a UJR. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor, this was April 20th incident from this year, 1308 Mercer Ave in East Point, residential location. The law enforcement here responded to a fight call and heard what sounded like men yelling, F you. They reached the door of the residence and made contact with the defendant. Defendant did confirm that he and the victim in this case, who was also at the location, it's Mr. Dean Matherne, Matherne, had, excuse me, they lived together. They have been living together there for over a year. And the officer observed injuries on the victim's face. It was a bloody nose, purple and black bruising on his left eye, facial swelling. The officer asked if he needed medical attention, and he did say yes. The officer asked Mr. Matherne, who had caused the injuries to his face. He hesitantly it sounded like he was in a great deal of fear and distress here, had pointed toward the defendant, who had his own story of the events here, but officers didn't observe any obvious visible injuries on the defendant here. We did speak with Mr. Matherne. There's apparently an open trespass case that goes the other way here, Judge, 25 CR 007264Y. But as far as this incident goes, the victim here did state that he received a fracture under his eye in this incident. So this may well be an aggravated battery family violence, Judge. We will be looking to see those medical records there. But with the facts here, with this clearly being a contentious relationship, and with our concerns for the victim's safety as well as the severity of the injury here, we are recommending a $5,000 total surety bond, $2,000 on each battery family violence and $1,000 on the simple battery family violence. We're recommending, if he does bond out, that he enroll in FIB. Have no further contact with Dean Matherne. Stay away from the 1308 Mercer Ave address in East Point, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And I believe that's all the state had for this one.
All right, is Mr. Matherne present and wishes to make a statement? All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wiggins is 31 years old. He was born and raised in New York. He came to Georgia to reside with his partner, Mr. Dean, complaining witness here, Your Honor. We were hoping that he would come. As you can see, he was the one who broke his arm, and he also has a bite mark on his left shoulder. He was not an initial aggressor. He was defending himself, Your Honor. And he's the one who called the police. And in the past, Mr. Dean stole the phone and he hindered him from calling 911. So my client out, and then he was the one who called the police to get help. He graduated high school, and actually he was supposed to start a new job at AGM Seafood on Monday. However, he has been here arrested, incarcerated, Your Honor. And this is his, I believe, he doesn't have a whole lot of history, Your Honor, and we would like to request for signature on bond.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond, $500 on each count. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. Is there anything additional?
Can he have a one-time law enforcement officer? Visit?
Yeah, he can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any items.
And also, can he have a sheriff's 10%, Your Honor?
No, Ms. Kim, this one will remain as set. Best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
24, Mr. Rhodes.
All right, good afternoon. That's not it. All right, good afternoon, Mr. Rhodes. Your case is 26 CR 0025552E. In this case, you're charged with criminal trespass. You understand your rights? All right, Ms. Harvey.
Road. One moment. All right. One moment, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Cannot find my notes for him. Okay, I apologize, Judge. I'm gonna read out the GCIC because for some reason I misplaced my notes for him.
We can defer to Ms. Evans Battle. We'll catch back up with you. Ms. Evans Battle, do you see any prior criminal trespass? And I'm most concerned with where he was and if he had a prior warning.
Yes, Your Honor. He was sentenced in June of 2025 under 25 CR 003294 for criminal trespass. That was a balance suspended probation. He received FTA in 2025, violation of probation in 2023, ag assault 2016, battery family violence, and subsequent conviction for battery family violence and violation of probation in 2016. The other convictions and FTAs are outside of that 10-year period. This particular case happened April the 20th of 2026. He went upon the property of Budgeto Inn located at 4120 Fulton Industrial Boulevard. He'd received prior notices on October the 10th of 2025 and April the 16th of 2026 not to be on the property. The bond set is $1,500 surety. The recommendation is that it just remain the same, stay away from the location, and have a social worker visit for resources. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kim, do you object to a $5 cash bond and a stay away with the social worker visit?
Yes, Your Honor, he consents.
All right. Defendant's gonna receive a $5 cash bond. He said absolutely stay away from that location. He's gonna have a social worker visit, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. I'm not gonna require the social worker visit prior to release if it cannot be accomplished before he's ready to find out. All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Rhodes. That concludes that case for today. Who do we have next?
32, Ms. Tobert.
All right, Mr. Tbert, your case is 26 CR 002548D. In this case, you're charged with DUI, possession of marijuana, failure to maintain lane, and 4 counts of open container. You understand your rights?
Yes, I do. Good afternoon as well. And I
Good
apologize.
All right, don't tell me too much, but all right, thank you for acknowledging your rights. Ms. Harvey, can I have the history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. 21 cycles. Last arrest January 3rd, 2024, out of Fulton County for an FTA. Appears to have been sentenced in Butts County for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, disorderly conduct, DUI, driving while license suspended and revoked, and criminal damage to property in 2014. There's also a 2011 DUI and driving while license suspended and revoked, and an additional 2010 DUI. Recommendation is a level 3 and nothing further.
All right, I hear quite a few DUIs in history, and I'm sure he was just observed on the street pretty inebriated, but Mr. Sirocco, if you give us a brief overview with your recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. And from his history, I just want to make sure we have them all. I did count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5 FTAs from my, excuse me, 5 DUI convictions from what I was able to find. Um, one of them, perhaps the missing link was a DUI from 2008, ultimately convicted 2015. In any case, I also saw a number of FTAs though, from 2024, 2021, and onward, at least 7 there I'm looking at. Um, Additionally, excuse me, well, but with this case, the April 20th incident, this was at Flat Shoals Road, Union City. Officer was dispatched to it was a motor vehicle accident here, Your Honor, and there was disabling damage the officer observed to the other driver's vehicle, a 2016 Toyota Corolla. And that was disabling damage to the rear driver's side of that, and there was front end damage to the defendant's Kia that he was driving. The officers smelled the odor of an alcoholic beverage, which became stronger as the defendant continued to speak. There were, in plain view, a bottle of Smirnoff vodka. Ultimately, 4 different Smirnoff vodkas, the open container, were found here in this incident, as well as a small bag of leafy green substance, which officer, from his knowledge and training, appeared to be marijuana. That was in the defendant's pocket. And yes, all in total, following the search of the vehicle here, were the other vodka bottles, various sizes, 50 milliliters, 375. And the defendant did admit to taking a shot, at one shot, 15 minutes before the accident here. And the defendant was ultimately arrested. With how many DUIs I'm seeing here, with this being a collision case that certainly could have and may well have, we'll be investigating further into the welfare and the damage by the other driver experienced as a result of this. The FTAs, multiple DUIs, he's a massive risk to public safety, Judge. That most recent DUI was just from 2024, that conviction. And I did see there were petitions to revoke or modify probation there as well. I believe, yeah, there was issues with submitting to the random alcohol and drug screens, as well as I believe the ADET, and paying the fines that were mandated by the court in that case. The state's recommendation here, as a result of all of this, is going to be an $8,000 total cash bond. We're recommending $5,000 on the DUI, $750 on the failure to maintain lane, $500 on each open container charge, and $250 on the possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce, for a total of, again, $8,000 cash. We're recommending no driving whatsoever, Judge. He had refused, I believe, the implied consent here. He did decline that. Shouldn't have a license anyways. So we're recommending no driving whatsoever, as well as no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 38 years old, and Your Honor, well, he has 1 child here in Georgia. I believe he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. So long-time resident here. After high school graduation, he got the associate degree for business management from Faulner University, and he has been gainfully employed as a supervisor for a landscaping company. However, because of this arrest, he's afraid that he may have lost his job. He might have been fired, and that means he does not have any income to pay for any kind of bond. We would like to request that he gets the lowest possible surety bond, Your Honor. it was trash that he was not, he denies the allegation that he was not drinking. And there was no breath test, no walking test, and we asked for the lowest possible bond.
Right, defendant's gonna receive a $5,000 split bond, 2,000 surety on the DUI, 5,000 signature through the jail for the possession, 5,000, I'm sorry, 500 signature through the jail for the possession, 500 signature through the jail for the failure to maintain lane, 500 surety for each open container for the total of 4,000 that he'll need to make surety on, and 1,000 signature through the jail for the total of the 5,000 split. He's not to drive whatsoever. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and his case is going to the May 5th state all purpose. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
No,
All
Judge.
right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
27, Mr. Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, good afternoon. Your case is 26 CR 002543F. You're charged with 3 counts of battery and family violence and 2 counts of simple battery and family violence. You understand, right? All right, Ms. Harvey.
First arrest, Your Honor. Recommendation is a UJR. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor, this was a January 16th incident from this year, 188 14th Street in Atlanta. Officers responded to a person injured in a fighting call. A hotel employee directed them to, excuse me, there was a weave near the elevator, found a miscellaneous items scattered about the hallway. From that incident, the officer, those items had been cleaned up prior to the officer's arrival, though. And they then made contact with the victim here, Miss Kiera Heath. She explained that the defendant, who is her boyfriend of approximately 4 years, and with whom she shares a 1-year-old child, had attacked her. They had went to a nightclub to celebrate her birthday, and the defendant became upset after she invited individuals he didn't know. And upon returning to the hotel, they got into a verbal argument that escalated into a physical altercation, wherein the defendant tried to punch her in the face first. She then raised her arms to block that initial strike, and then the defendant struck her with a closed fist to the left side of her face. And when she attempted to leave the hotel, the defendant then followed her toward the elevator, forcibly grabbed her hair from behind, that removed her glued down quick weave from her scalp. And upon entering the room, ultimately officers did observe visible injuries to the left side of her face, swelling to the left side of her cheek, to her left cheek, excuse me, a busted bottom lip, and a stretched earlobe that was bleeding. She did identify him via photograph, and there was also a witness residing across the hall that stated this whole incident, this disturbance began around 9:45 p.m. and continued until roughly 5 a.m., which is roughly 7 hours, Judge. The state did speak with the victim here, Miss Heath. She and the defendant had been together for 4 years, moved in together 7 months after getting into a relationship. They're still together. Live together, share 1 child, have another child on the way. She states she doesn't remember anything about the incident due to intoxication from being out. And yeah, could not provide a whole lot of information. She did say she remembers her friend told her that the defendant was looking at her at the club because she was doing too much. And she says this is an isolated incident. Nothing like this has happened before, and she wants the defendant out and home, and that she's okay with contact. We are concerned. We did listen in on the jail calls here. The defendant expressed concern to the victim about a video being used against him in this case, and that the investigation apparently still doesn't have, and we'd be concerned with spoliation of evidence here. As well, with him pursuing her after the initial incident and ultimately grabbing her and pulling her, it's just additional concerns here, Judge. I understand this was January 16th, So not exactly yesterday, but it's not long enough for us to not be as concerned here. We're requesting a $4,000 surety, 1,000 for each battery family violence and 500 for each simple battery family violence. We're recommending FIB, no further contact with Kiera Heath. Stay away from the victim's residence. If that is, and I can provide that to the court via message, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. If we could send for Ms. Heath, I believe I saw her online.
All right, Ms. Heath, if you wish to make a statement, please turn on the camera quickly and raise your right hand.
It's not letting me put on the camera, but I can hear y'all.
You're gonna have to get on the camera if you wish to make a statement.
It's okay. Okay, here I go.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, I'm most concerned with concerns you have for your safety and whether you wish to have contact with the defendant. What would you like to tell me?
Yes, we have a child on the way. We currently in the process of getting married. We work together and we stay together. I would like him home. He don't do things like this, and we are good. We didn't pass all that. That was just a one-time misunderstanding incident.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you coming to court to make this statement. Ms. Kim, in light of the information presented, I'm inclined to do a signature bond, but require the FVIP course. Would you like to launch any objections at this time?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna take the FVIP course and receive a $4,000, it's 5 counts, a $5,000 signature bond at level 1 through pretrial services, 1,000 on each count. He's to have no further violent contact with the defendant, and the case will be reset for the notice. Best of luck to all parties concerned. Who do we have next?
Add on 6, Mr. Stone.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Stone. Your case is 26 CR002582Y. You're charged with battery, family violence, cruelty to children, and a third and simple battery, family violence. You understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Harvey?
First arrest, recommendations of UJR, nothing further.
Thank you, Mrs. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor, this incident was January 9th, 2026, 81 Allen Temple Court in Atlanta. It is an apartment complex. Officers had responded there and made contact with the victim here, Miss Waikithia Allen. And she explained that the defendant, who is the father of her child, they share a daughter, had attacked her. The defendant had come to the location after getting off work. He was supposed to take their child with him to his mother's house. And Miss Allen had told him that their baby, juvenile KS, needed some milk to get fed. Defendant finished the conversation with his mother. He was speaking with her on the phone. He had mentioned he needed to go to the store to get milk. The mother made a comment, essentially, and the two began to argue. And the defendant did not like the way that the victim was talking to his mom. He began choking her, slammed her to the ground. She thankfully didn't lose consciousness in the process of this, and explained that the incident here also transpired in front of juvenile KS, their daughter. The officer had checked her neck for injuries there and located reddish marks around her neck. And she did identify him, the defendant, via photograph. We have spoken with Miss Allen. She and the defendant are not together. They do co-parent that one daughter. She confirmed the events in the warrant here, states that the defendant never choked her, saying she remembers it wasn't quite a choking, she could breathe, and the defendant hasn't been violent in the past with her. His mom, however, she states still harasses her when the defendant was arrested. That happened again. And she's okay with having contact with the defendant as they co-parent. And I believe she should be on Zoom here.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll send
Don't do
her
that. Don't do
momentarily.
that.
I did see the defendant does have an open case. It's 26 PI 003188. Attempt or conspiracy to violate the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. I believe that's currently open in Superior Court. We are, with this involving this sort of conduct with the neck, we do have additional concern with the potential lethality associated with an offense like this. We don't want this to happen again. So we are recommending a $3,000 surety total, $1,500 on the battery family violence, $1,000 on the simple battery family violence, and $500 on the cruelty to children. We'd recommend if he, in any case, FIB here, no further contact with Waikethi Allen. We wouldn't have an issue with third-party transfer. Stay away from the apartment complex at 81 Allen Temple Court in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. And we could sound for Miss Allen at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Allen, if you wish to make a statement, please turn your camera on and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, I'm most concerned with concerns for your safety and desire for contact. What would you like to tell me?
Hi, ma'am. I was just listening to the case, which I feel like false accusation. My son is really not no domestic person. He don't like trouble. It was just an incident that night, but the stuff that.
Wait a second. Are you Miss Allen? You're Miss Allen? Are you Miss Allen?
I'm the mom.
Oh, okay. I'm sounding for Miss Allen at this time. Miss Allen, do you wish to make a statement?
Yes.
Please turn your camera on quickly.
I can't turn my camera on. It's not working at the moment.
All right, well, you're going to have to if you wish to make a statement.
Yes, I would like to make a statement.
Well, you need to turn your camera on.
Hold on.
And Ms. Kim, and I'm inclined to do, well, we'll just see what. Ms. Allen, please hurry. Ms. Kim, please proceed in the meantime.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stone is 25 years young, Your Honor. Born and raised here in Georgia. And complaint witness and my client do not live together. This incident happened like a long time ago, January 9, 2026. We asked for no further violent contact. And Your Honor, she reiterated even in the warrant clearly that she was able to breathe. There was no such thing as like losing consciousness. She was having a conscious, yes. So I think this is misunderstanding. And Your Honor, he graduated from actually.
Okay, hold on one second, Miss Allen. Very quickly, do you wish to have contact with the? Raise your right hand where you are. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. Do you wish to have contact with the defendant? Do you have any concerns for your safety?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'm gonna ask if possible that she be able to send some information to identify her later to a victim witness advocate.
East Maze Drive Southwest.
Are you driving, Miss Allen?
No,
All
I'm currently in the lift right now.
Okay.
And
So
I'm
that's
trying
like
to turn my video. I'm trying to turn my video on, but
all
it's not
right.
working.
We're gonna move forward. Defendant's gonna receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial services. He is to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case, and he's to take 3 anger awareness courses, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapon. The case will be reset for the notice. Best of luck to you, Mr. Stone. Who do we have next?
Number 3, Mr. Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, your case, no, that's not it. Add-on, you said, okay, regular calendar. Mr. Brown, your case is 26 CR 0025553E. You're charged with simple battery, family violence, obstruction, or hindering someone trying to make a 911 call, and theft by taking. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
One arrest February 2nd, 2013 out of Clayton County for driving while license suspended. Their case was no prost. Recommendations of UJR. Nothing further.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Yes, this case happened April the 17th at 2960 Revere Court in East Point. It appeared that the victim in the case is Michelle Brown. She reported the incident the following day. She did indicate to the officers that her mother was present. Their mother was present, as Mr. Brown is her sibling. There was an argument between the siblings through a text messaging because Jeff wanted the mother to sell her vehicle. But Miss Brown, the mother, Dorothy Brown, did not want to. Michelle told him to stop bullying their mother because she knew that the mother is frightened of Jeff. She indicated that he walked up to her, grabbed her, and lifted her up by the neck and threw her down into an air mattress that was near the refrigerator in the house, that he climbed on top of her, grabbed her by the neck, held her down with his knee in her chest, one knee in her chest, and then another knee on her arm. The mother tried to pull him off of her, but he wouldn't get off. He was pinning her against the refrigerator. I'm not sure if the dog becoming distressed or whatever. She indicated that she grabbed a black slide that was near and trying to hit him in order to get him off of her. One of the concerns was the victim is that she had been in a motorcycle accident in 2024, and he knew that she had a broken back from that motorcycle incident. There was a strangulation assessment that was completed that indicated that she could not breathe, talk, or scream during the process, and that he was banging and shaking her head against the refrigerator. She did indicate that he has done this before, but the police were not called. For the safety of the victim, we are asking for bond in $5,000 as to the simple battery, and then $1,000 each for hindering the 911 call and theft by taking of her cell phone. He took the phone, and I believe this is the case in which he took the phone and she was not able to retrieve it, and told his son not to give it back to her, which is why it took her a day to call. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, no firearms. Any firearms that he possessed, we'd ask that they be surrendered while out on bond. Thank you.
All right, down there for it. I'm sorry, what was the name again, Miss Battle?
It's Michelle Brown.
Miss Brown, is Miss Brown present?
I
Miss
am.
Brown? All right, Miss Brown.
His son is present.
Okay, is Miss Brown herself present?
Yes, I
And
am.
do you wish if you wish to make a statement, please turn your camera on, raise your right hand.
You're talking to me or to my mom, because I believe both of us are on this call, but
I'm sorry, the name of the alleged victim, Miss Evans Battle,
is Michelle.
Okay, I'm down there for Michelle Brown. Is Michelle Brown present?
That is me. Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
They do have the facts of this case was not what is in the report, is not what I reported, meaning that I did get to report the same day. He did take the cell phone, but it was reported the same day of the incident, not the day after. So that was not correct.
Ma'am, I'm
Okay.
most concerned with if you have concerns for your safety,
I
and if
do.
you wish to have and you wish to have contact with the defendant.
I do not.
All right. Thank you so much. And there will be other opportunities for you to correct and flesh out the facts of the case.
Okay.
This is just a bond hearing today, okay?
Okay.
And I do
Thank you.
appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. Ms.
Thank
Rainsford?
you.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brown is 51 years of age. He does reside at the address, and I understand if there will be a stay away granted, Your Honor, I'd ask for a one-time escort for him to retrieve his belongings, Your Honor. He has been in Georgia for 19 years. He is a high school graduate from California. He's a licensed barber. He mentioned to me, Your Honor, I would be asking for a signature bond for him. His last incident with law enforcement or in the criminal justice system was in 2013, Your Honor. So I do believe this may have been an isolated incident, Your Honor. So due to that, I'd be asking for a signature bond. If a signature bond is not possible, Your Honor, I'd be asking for the lowest reasonable amount for him.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $6,000 surety bond, $2,000 on each count. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to receive or retrieve any items. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. His case is going to state all purpose on the 5th of May, whereby aspects of the case can be revisited. Best of luck to you, Mr. Brown, and all parties concerned. That matter is closed for today. All right, who do we have next?
Number 4, Mr. Covert.
All right, Mr. Covert, this case is a consent. All right, Miss Harvey, can I have the history for 26 CR 002542H, in which Mr. Covert is charged with 3 counts of simple battery?
Yes, Your Honor. 7 out of Georgia and 1 out of South Carolina. Last arrest was February 9th, 2026, out of Fulton County for abandonment of a dependent child. No disposition was listed. There's a 2018 assault and battery out of South Carolina, and a recommendation from pretrial was a level 1. Nothing further.
All right, Ms. Evans-Bannon.
It's for a 7,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. The breakdown would be 2,500 for each count that he enroll and complete alcohol drug evaluation and treatment, that he have no further contact with Quarrel, is spelled Quarrio, White, and the other's name is spelled Jokelia, Covert, that he have no further violent contact with Iris Covert, that he stay away from the 6185 Mozart Drive, but be allowed a one-time visit to retrieve his belongings, that he have no drugs, alcohol, weapons while on bond, no further violations of the law. Thank you.
Is it Covert, it's White, or the last name Calvert present? Are either of the victims in this case present and wish to make a statement? All right, and did you so consent, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with the mom and she wanted no further violent contact. But I was not able to get in contact with the other members of the family, Your Honor. But the mom wanted no further violent contact, so that's why I requested that for the consent, Your Honor.
All right, so the defendant will be released with on a signature bond with those conditions. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
What position was that? I'm sorry.
That was position 4.
And what was the bond?
It's you should have it's the consent 7,500 signature.
I have it, Your Honor. However, on this here consent, there's a no further violent contact on Iris Covert, but a no further contact on Quarrio White and Jaquilo Covert.
So is that correct, Ms. Rainford? Is that what you consented to?
Yes, that's what I was saying, Your Honor. I haven't had contact with the other members of the family, only the mother, which is Iris, and she wanted no further violent contact. She couldn't answer for the other members of the family, Your Honor.
Okay,
so.
that's what I had.
All right. All right, who do we have
I wanted
next?
to make sure the record reflect that, because on one is no contact and on the other is no further violence. So we're together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, number 8, Mr. Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, you're taking 26 CR 002546Y. You're charged with terroristic threat act, loitering and prowling, and criminal trespass. You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Harvey?
9 cycles. Last arrest was March 25th, 2026 for an FTA out of Fulton County. Appears to have an open case out of Clayton County for armed robbery, disorderly conduct, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony. Probation for battery family violence, sentence April 2nd, 2026, 12 months probation. That's out of Fulton County. Convictions from 2015 for driving while license suspended or revoked, and received first offender in 2015 for aggravated assault. That case was sealed in 2022. Recommendation is a level 3 and nothing further.
Thank you. Mrs. Rocker, I'm most concerned with where he was and the threat that he made.
Yes, Your Honor, though context is a little bit important for this one. This was April 6th.
I've read the warrant.
You
That's the only
have?
thing.
Okay.
I'm familiar. So if you want to put this one just onto the record, please proceed.
All right. This was an April 6th incident, 215 Northwood Drive in Sandy Springs. It's a shopping center location. Officers responded there in reference to an armed person. There specifically being a Hispanic male with a mask on and a knife, wearing certain clothing that was running through the parking lot. Officers found the individual matching that description, and he was he was walking into the middle of the parking lot there. He had a mask, black mask that he was still wearing, and law enforcement gave commands to the defendant and ultimately detained him. This was he did state he stated to officers he was recently released from jail and came home to where he was beaten up by his own people, specifically a subject named Scrappy with the Riverside Locos gang. He stated that he used to be with them and Copeland 25 gang, but he is not anymore and is now affiliated with the West Side Bloods, and stated that he wanted to kill the Riverside Locos gang members. He was arrested here. There's also a note that he had previously been given a criminal trespass. Stay away from that location. That latest violent case, that battery family violence conviction, he was convicted it was April 2nd, 2026, and sentenced to essentially 12 months probation with FFIB, which is what he should be working on. But this incident just 3 days after he was released on the time he served on that offense. And as you heard, he has another previous felony case for ag assault. I heard probation was up from that. 11 years served 5 from 2015. And that open case out of Clayton is also concerning the armed robbery case. State's recommendation with what I've mentioned here, the facts as alleged, and I did see an FTA as well, 2026, with this being not only him posing not only a failure to appear risk there and a threat to the public. This is a public safety case, a gang revenge case, and we're concerned for the safety of all the individuals at that location. We're recommending a $10,000 total surety. This case came in with an $11,000 total good bond. We are recommending $7,000 on the terroristic threats and acts, $2,000 on the loiter prowl, and $1,000 on the criminal trespass. Stay away from 215 Northwood Drive in Sandy Springs. No drugs, alcohol, and certainly no weapons. And I should have mentioned, but didn't, that they did find the knife nearby in the parking lot. So yeah, we're certainly concerned about this case and with future offenses.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Rainford.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cruz is 30 years young. He is an Atlanta native. He mentioned to me he does have a good address. His mom's address is what he said to me. He is a father as well, Your Honor, of 3 kids, a 13-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 5-year-old. He is currently working as a painter, Your Honor, and he did mention to me that he received his GED. I would be asking for the lowest reasonable amount for him. He will not be able to afford a $10,000 surety, so if we could lower that so that he is able to afford it, Your Honor, we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $4,000 surety bond, 2,000 count 1, 1,000 count 2, and 1,000 count 3. He is to stay away from that location on Northwood, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and his case will be reset state all purpose on the 5th. Is there anything additional?
No, Judge.
All right, we're going to take a very quick 2-minute break before we go to the next case. I have it's 4:45. We'll convene at 4:48. Everyone, please hold. All right, everyone, thank you for your patience. I'm ready to continue if everyone else is.
Yeah, we got number 19, Mr. Mark.
Is everyone able to hear me? All right. Is everyone else back? All right, everyone else back. All right, good afternoon. This is number 19, Mr. Marshall?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Marshall, your case is 26 CR 002547G. You're charged with driving with while your license is suspended or revoked and a failure to obey a traffic sign. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey.
29 Cycles, last arrest September 14, 2019 out of Fulton County for driving while license suspended or revoked. There was a NOLO on that case. There's a 2007 aggravated assault, 07 family violence battery, 06 aggravated assault, and 04 battery family violence. Recommendation is a level 3 and nothing further.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This was the April 20th incident. The officer was stationed at Oakley Industrial Boulevard and Spence Road in Fairburn, and there was a red traffic light. The defendant had proceeded to run through that red light at the location in his vehicle. On making contact and stopping the defendant here, he admitted to running the red light, stated he was trying to follow his brother in front of him, and when asked for his driver's license, stated he didn't have it in his possession. Status check revealed it was suspended, and appears it has been suspended for some time. I did see 2 NOLOs for driving while license suspended or revoked, 2018, 2019, and other priors for no insurance. The state's recommendation with that is going to be a $1,000 split bond, that being a $1,000 surety on the driving while license suspended or revoked, and signature bond through the jail on the failure to obey traffic signs, signals, and markings. I believe that's it for the state. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol, and we are also recommending no driving without a valid license.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kim.
Yes, my client has no objection about the driving without license. He will not drive unless he has a valid license and insurance, or also valid registration, Your Honor. He is 67 years old, already retired, and because I believe he had a cancer, the treatment was very strong, and it's kind of like also impacting his memory. So he's kind of like checking out whether he has Alzheimer right now. He does live alone, and Your Honor, we would like to request for a signature on bond. I do understand that he had previous incidents. However, there was no intention. He just cannot remember things, and I believe that he will not drive from going forward.
All right, defendant is going to receive a $10 cash bond, $5 on each count. He's not to drive unless he has a valid license. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. And he's also going to state all purpose on the 5th of May. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir.
Does he need to meet with a social worker?
A social worker, yeah, we cannot ask social workers to visit.
I won't require that on a driving charge for a condition of release, but Ms. Kim, feel free to put him in touch with your office's social worker.
Sure.
All right, who do we have next?
Mr. Ragland.
I'm sorry, say that number again.
23.
23, thank you. I apologize. It's hard to hear sometimes. All right, Mr. Ragland, your case is 26 CR 002554F. You're charged with 3 counts of simple battery family violence. You understand, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Ms. Harvey.
9 Cycles, last arrest November 7th, 2025, out of Atlanta for simple battery, family violence, and theft by taking. Does appear to have an open case out of Clayton County for giving false name, date of birth, or address to a law enforcement officer. Open case out of Fulton County for battery, family violence, 3 counts, cruel to the children in the 3rd degree, and simple battery, family violence. That's on the 24 CR 006-688F. An open case out of Atlanta for sale, distribution, or possession of dangerous drugs, and an open simple battery, family violence, and theft by taking. There's a 2022 conviction for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Recommendation from pretrial is a level 3 and nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor, and we did, well, we prepared a motion to revoke because he's out on bond on that case ending in the 6688. The bond in that case is a 17,000 surety bond based on all of the allegations and what went on. In that case, I believe it was his sister that he virtually beat. She was getting out of the car. He grabbed her hair, pulled her back into the car, was hitting her. She had a swollen eye, hand. Her child and her grandmother was present when this happened, and the officer could see where he bit her on the neck, face, and other parts of her body. This incident was December the 5th of 2025 at 3379 Princeton Lakes Parkway. He went to, the officers went to the door, which was partially open. A maintenance man was there and said that Mr. Ragland was running through the woods at a nearby location. The officers went in, they found Sequera Bryant. Well, her name is spelled Sakarla, Sequera Bryant. She indicated she had a dispute with her boyfriend regarding a social media post, and that she was just going to go outside to smoke a cigarette. And he came behind her and kicked her in the back down the stairs. She was able to, she was in the kitchen and he grabbed her and began choking her or putting his hand around her neck and applying pressure. He also had a frying pan in his hand and was standing over her, threatening to kill her. The bond recommendation is for $5,000 for each count. That would be for $15,000. We're asking for a cash bond. No further contact. Stay away from the location at the 3379 Princeton Lakes Parkway. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, and no firearms. If he has any, we'd ask that they be surrendered. Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but I have a different address. I have Stone Road, 3379 Stone Road. Is that?
Ms. Evans Battle, you have any comment on the address?
I just have the address that the officers went to, but I can look and see if it's something different.
Will you double check for us? All right. I'm sounding, and I lost the young lady's name. Miss Evans Battle, what was her name?
Sequera Bryant.
Is Miss Bryant present and wishes to make a statement? Sounding for Miss Bryant. Hearing none, Miss Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 22 years young, and he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He does not have any child with ex-girlfriend. They don't have any more relationship. This happened last year, and I think there has been no contact. He has no objection to stay away and no contact, Your Honor. He does have one child. After graduating from high school and getting a diploma, he has been working at Home Depot. However, once he was arrested here for this charge, I don't think he does not think he has a job anymore. So he's kind of like fired. And we asked for a signature on bond. I do understand that he will not get a signature on bond because of a previous histories, and he's gonna have to deal with revoked bond for another case That's a lot of money already. We ask for the lowest possible surety bond, no more than $5,000 of surety bond.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $6,000 surety bond, 2,000 on each count. He's to have no contact with Ms. Bryant and stay away from the address, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Did we confirm whether it was Stone Road or Princeton Lakes?
It is Stone Road, and Judge, he already has a surety bond of $17,000, and so you're giving him a signature bond.
No, I'm sorry, I said surety.
Oh, okay.
It was
Thank you.
surety. Yes. All right.
All right, 26, Mr. Say.
Mrs. Say, your case is 26 CR 002541E. You're charged with theft by taking. You understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
14 Cycles. Last arrest was February 28, 2025, out of Atlanta for criminal trespass. Appears to have an open case out of Fulton County for theft by taking under 24 CR 003592E. An open case for theft by shoplifting and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer under 24 CR 006128E. Received first offender in 2021 for possession of cocaine. There's a 2019 given false name and criminal trespass, a 2025 theft by shoplifting NOLO, and an FTA for 2021. Recommendation is a level 3, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sarakin.
Yes, Your Honor. And I did see as well FTA for the 24 CR 006128E theft by shoplifting and obstruction case. That is 26 FTA 000725 for failing to appear on March 17th, 2025. The incident here from April 20th at 540 Cameron Madison Alexander Boulevard. That's a mouthful, in Atlanta. Law enforcement responded there in reference to a stolen dirt bike, and the victim, Mr. LeBaron Dickinson, explained that the defendant's acquaintance of his took his property without his permission, and defendant basically offered to help him start his bike when he was having trouble with it, but proceeded to take the bike, walk off with it, and told the victim he's not getting it back. And was later observed, the defendant was walking down the street, and the victim had pointed the defendant out to the officer that was standing with him. We did speak with Mr. Dickinson. He has seen the defendant before, introduced to him as a groundskeeper, maintenance man by his landlord. He confirmed the events in the warrant here. He assumed the defendant could help him start his dirt bike because he was a handyman. That's when the defendant said he needed to take it down the street. He told the defendant he didn't need to do that. New bike, just purchased the day prior. And then the defendant, that's when he sort of strong-armed him and said he can take the bike if he wants to, and then proceeded to then do so. And he says the defendant gave the bike to a group of guys up the street that changed out some parts, began riding it while the victim was waiting for the police. It's a $350 dirt bike. He'll be sending us the receipt for that. He was requesting a cash bond and stay away from the address of 668 Cameron Madison Alexander Boulevard in Atlanta. I understand that I definitely saw him on earlier. If we could sound for him, if he's still online and wishes to speak, but with a recent criminal trespass conviction, multiple open theft cases, that other open one, the theft by takings he's accused of rushing behind a counter at a Captain D's restaurant, grabbing their only cash register, scaring the poor cashier with his aggression, and ultimately there was a scuffle from the other employee trying to stop him from taking it before police could arrive. We are recommending, with a risk of reoffense here, risk of to community property here, a $3,000 surety No further contact with LeBaron Dickinson. Stay away from the aforementioned address, the 668 Cameron Madison Alexander Boulevard location in Atlanta, that complex, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond.
All right, I'm signing for LeBaron Dickinson at this time. All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sherry is 46 years old, and he is a Georgia resident all his life. He has one adult child, no grandchildren yet. He served our Navy for 10 years, 1999 to 2009. Your Honor, he believes there's a misunderstanding. He was asked to start the fight to help him out, and he was helping him out, and the boy gave him permission. So we denied the allegation, and right now he has been having little challenge with the residents, but he has a mailing address where his mother resides. We would like to request for signature on bond, and if we are finding the signature on bond, we ask for the lowest possible bond. Thank you.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $1,500 surety bond. He needs to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. He needs to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and that matter will be reset to all purpose on the 5th of May. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, there was $1,000 surety bond set by the previous judge. Can we just at least just have it set? Because increasing it is not really encouraging at all. And he has nobody to pay for the bond in this court.
All right, bond is gonna remain as I suggested. Ms. Lewis, you had a question?
Yes, Judge, I was just gonna let you know this case is gonna be added on to next Thursday SAP along with his FTA case, which has already been set.
Okay, thank
So
you.
it'll be April the 30th, he'll be on with this case.
Could the other one be added as well? I can
The other
message
one's
it to you.
already added. That's why I said April the
great.
30th. Yes,
Thank you.
yeah. Trying to keep them both together.
Appreciate you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case.
That's gonna add on 5, Mr. Munsford. Hey, don't do that.
All right, Mr. Mumford, your case is 26 CR 0025 818. You're charged with interference with custody. Do you understand your rights? Thank you, Ms. Harvey.
43 cycles, last arrest October 9th, 2025, out of Atlanta for willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and giving false name. There is probation out of Fulton County for a registry violation, sentenced October 30th, 2020 to 25 years on probation. On one case, the second case, he was sentenced March 12th, 2026 to 5 years on probation. There's a 2022 obstruction, 2016, and 2 cases from 2016 for failure to register, 2016 driving without a valid license, 2013 theft by shoplifting, 2011 CWAC offense, at least 5 other convictions outside the 10-year period, and FTA from 2020. Recommendation is a level 3, Your Honor, and nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Evans-Bennett?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident occurred April the 20th of 2026. It's a situation where the victim in this case, Miss Laquita Lewis, her first name is spelled Laquitta, continues to have Mr. Munsford interfere with her custodial position, that she does not want her daughter at his home. She does not want him at her home. And the daughter, whose name is Adriana, continues to run away, and Mr. Munsford harbors her. So this was a situation in which the child had left home without permission, and he was harboring her at his household. There are concerns for the safety of the child. based on his history. I'm not sure if the mother is aware of what that history is, but the child has appeared, the mother would indicate, as having been abused in that home, having to seek medical attention after being in the home. So at this point in time, we are asking for a cash bond, especially in consideration his failure to register was just last year, in which he was sentenced on, and I don't believe he's supposed to have any children in the home. I was trying to look back at his probation conditions. $5,000 cash bond only for this offense. No further contact with Adriana Lewis and Laquita Lewis. The child cannot be at his home in his presence. There would be no third-party contact. I know that there was something in the warrant about one of his sisters may have helped facilitate some type of contact. But he is to stay away from her home, which is 365 Wilson Mill Road, Southwest. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, while out on bond. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I understand. You're saying that the sister was facilitating contact, and the custody order indicates that he's not supposed to have any contact at all.
This is not a custody situation.
Okay, so his sister
this is a man who is continuing to allow this young child he's not even supposed to have contact with come to his home and stay at his home. The mother has repeatedly had to go and get her. The police have been out to his home, and he continues to disobey the orders from the parent as to custody of the child. So if she leaves, he's allowed her to stay there.
Okay, I was just trying to clarify the part about the sisters. The sisters, what were the sisters doing? And
yes,
the third party contact kind of threw me off. So what did you mean by that?
Because I didn't want it to be a situation where he is going between having third parties make contact on his behalf for the child or contact in any form. No third party contact. And there was just something in the warrant I saw in reference to one of his sisters.
Okay. So, all right, I think I got it now. So you're saying also just say that don't contact anybody else related to him.
Right. I'm just saying for him, not to have anybody else
Contact to her
on behalf.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, that was the only part that had me confused. Is the mother of the alleged victim on the line and wishes to make a statement?
I am. I'm here.
All right, please turn your camera on. Please raise your right hand. Ma'am, do you have a shirt that you could, or a jacket you could put over that, please? Please get a jacket or a shirt with some sleeves very quickly, please.
Okay.
Very quickly, please. This is still court.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I do appreciate that. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And could you please cover that other side and please proceed?
Okay. I can't help the dress, but okay.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
I just like they said, just want him to have no contact with my daughter. My daughter's continuously being harbored in his home, and there are other things that are going on, activity that I don't think should be going on with her. So I just don't want no contact.
All right, I appreciate you cooperating with the court to make that statement. Is there anything else you would like to make me aware of?
There are other things. I'm just unsure of how much I can say because it gets very detailed. So I don't know if I should mention a lot of stuff that has happened. Very detailed.
You don't have to get that detailed, but if there's something more relevant that you'd like the court to be aware of, I will give you some leniency today, if you'd like to tell me.
She's continuously going once she's come from that home. She's continuously being transported to the hospital, and the hospital records are indicating that she's coming back testing positive for several STDs. And she just tested positive again for gonorrhea.
All right, I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. All right. Ms. Kim, please proceed.
Wow. Because when I was reading even the warrant clearly says Mr. Munsford himself called 911 to report Miss Lewis as a missing child, demonstrating. I mean, it's like I feel like the state has done extremely good job to twist the person who actually called 911 to make sure that, hey, come on and pick her up. And Your Honor, I thought she was, my client believed she was 18 years old, and my client works at UPS. Most of the time, he didn't even know that she was there. She will keep coming back, even though she called his mom, and he called her mom to basically ask to take her. It's the child who's been doing it, and my client has no control over. He has no objection to stay away or no contact. Indeed, he does not want to have any contact. I believe maybe he and his son may have a relationship, but he doesn't know clearly. He has 7 children, and he's residing with one of them, his biological children. And after graduating from high school, 2000 some odd years, he's been working at UPS, but because of this arrest, he's afraid that he may have lost his job, and his life is upside down now. There's a grandmother who is living together, uncle, sister. So there are other people who live in that house, and they can come and testify that my client had nothing to do with whatever that Miss Lewis telling. So he denies the allegation. We ask for signature on bond, and if Your Honor does not want to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the lowest possible bond, $1,000 surety bond.
I have so many questions, but I'm trying to. Ms. Kim, do you have a device where you could get on your phone so we could go into a breakout just for a moment? Do you have a phone, Ms. Kim?
But it doesn't have a strong internet
It
connection.
doesn't have a good signal. I just have some concerns that I don't necessarily want the entire record to hear. You don't have a laptop, Ms. Kim?
I do have a laptop.
Can you get on your laptop just for a moment?
Sure. I'll go to another room.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate everyone's patience. Thank you.
Yes, who you want in this breakout room?
Me and I guess Miss Evans Battle and Miss Kim.
Okay.
Your Honor, do I need to be in there?
You can come on in, Miss Bridgewater.
I mean, okay.
Can Miss Harvey give me that case number for the conviction? I knew he had it. I just don't have the case number. Maybe I can.
Okay. Which position?
The last one from 2025.
I'm sorry, what was his last name, Miss Battle?
Munsford.
Munsford, okay.
Number 5 on the add-on. If Miss
Janice
Kim,
Montford.
if Miss Kim is gonna take more than a few minutes, maybe we can do another position while we wait.
She's getting ready to come on now, Judge.
Okay.
I'm getting her now, and then I'm getting ready to put y'all in a breakout room.
Okay, and I promise it'll be brief. Thank you, Miss Kim, for getting on another device.
Been in a breakout in ages. I hope I still know how to get in there.
You don't have to call me out, Miss Bridgewater, for requesting a temporary breakout. All right.
Which case number did you need?
The last one for 2025.
They're registered. Okay, 25 SC 006 932.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
ASG Evan Battles, you should be able to get in the breakout room now. You should be selected, should be open up. There you go. Judge, you're on mute. You're talking, but you're on mute.
Thank you. All right, defendant is gonna receive $1,000 cash bond. He's to have absolutely no contact whatsoever with this minor child or her mother. Should the minor show up, he should not open the door or grant her access to the home. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and pursuant to our discussion, the breakout additional development should be done by the state in the defense. Is there anything additional at this time? All right, best of luck to all parties concerned with this case.
All right, let's get add on 3, Mr. Gilliam.
All right, Mr. Gilliam, your case is 26 CR 002583G. You're charged with battery, family violence, battery against a female who's pregnant, simple battery, family violence, 2 counts, simple battery against a person who was 65 years old or pregnant, and criminal trespass. You understand, right?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Harvey.
4 cycles. Last arrest was October 25th, 2025. Out of Clayton County for a failure to appear. He does have an open case for simple battery, 2 counts on the 25 CR 006639G. He was currently being supervised by a pretrial for this case, Your Honor, and his case was surrendered today. He appeared in first appearance under 26 PI 003202 for aggravated assault and simple battery, family violence, and nothing further.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sirocco.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident here took place March 13th, 2026. The address is 3390 Fairburn Road in Atlanta. It is an apartment complex. The victim, Miss Rashunda Garter, called 911 to report being attacked by the defendant here. Her ex-boyfriend previously lived with her. She was home, heard noises at her front door, and went towards her front door and saw a male standing inside of her home, excuse me. She had recognized that individual as the defendant, told him to leave, but then there was a dispute that began over a court proceeding previously where they were involving domestic violence, presumably the one from October, but this one says yesterday here, which would mean March 12th. But in any case, the victim here tried to get some distance from the defendant, at which point he pinned her down, but with both of his hands, placing them around her neck. There does appear to be pressure applied here because the officers had observed hand impressions on her neck, ligature marks. Photos of her injuries were taken by law enforcement, and she did identify him via photograph, confirming that that individual was in fact the defendant. That open case, the simple battery case, 2 counts, the defendant is accused of striking the same victim several times in a vehicle and choking her after he'd found out she was in a new relationship, refusing to let her out of the vehicle also. He received a $3,000 signature bond from Judge Lal, ordered to have no further contact with Rashunda Garter, stay away from her address, so wherever she resides, and enroll in the domestic violence intervention program within 30 days. Here, he has violated the terms of bond by having contact with her, violent contact at that, and the state has filed motion to revoke bond. With the 26 PI case, 003202, the aggravated assault and simple battery family violence, it's against the same victim as here, March 29th, 2026. So just under 2 weeks later here, the defendant got upset with the same victim about having a smart mouth, backhanded her across the face, and grabbed her by her neck, squeezing her to the point to where she could no longer breathe, losing consciousness and leaving marks on her neck that officers observed. She woke up from her unconsciousness and found that her phone was gone, as well as the defendant, and had to actually flag down an unknown individual for help. This is the second of 3 cases with violence against the same victim that we have here, Judge. This one being in violation of the previous bond set. But this one also, they all similarly involve this the hands around the neck. Huge lethality factor associated with that. We did speak with the victim here. She says they've been together for 7 years. She is pregnant with their first child. There have been no incidents, she states, aside from the three that we have in the Fulton County system here. She states she doesn't recall the strangulation or strangulation in this incident because of her inebriation, apparently, and being 8 months pregnant, which is what she relayed to us. She understands that doesn't sound great, but she was. And excuse me, it states the defendant does live with her. They're not together. And wants the defendant to return to the home as well as contact. And we are certainly not okay with that. And we told her that as well. With the risk to the victim here, the danger, lethality posed by the defendant, with this being the second of 3 cases against her, the state is asking for an $8,500 cash bond, Judge. $2,500 on each of the 2 battery charges, the 1 battery family violence and the battery against a female who's pregnant, and $1,000 on each of the simple battery charges, with the 2 simple battery family violence charges and the simple battery against a person who is over the age of 65 or a pregnant female, as well as $500 on the criminal trespass. No further contact whatsoever with Rashunda Garter, consistent with the bond order in the aforementioned case. Stay away from her residence. It appears to be 3390 Fairburn Road in Atlanta, that apartment complex. Stay away from that entire apartment complex. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Ms. Garter, that I believe is it. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Garter, we're sounding for you at this time. Hearing and seeing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Gilliam, is 31 years old, and he does not have any children. They do not live together, and my client has a separate address that starts with 3840. He graduated from high school. After that, he's been working at truck moving company. Your Honor, other than having a high blood pressure, he's very healthy. He doesn't do any drugs. He doesn't do any alcohol, no mental health issues. He believes that she made a false report. There was no such a thing like that. He denies the allegation, and we ask for the lowest possible bond.
And just to reiterate, Judge, they did observe the ligature marks on her neck from this, Judge.
Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $6,500 surety bond, $1,500 count 1, $1,500 count 2, $1,000 count 3, $1,000 count 4, $1,000 count 5, and $500 on the final count, which should be the criminal trespass. He's to have no contact with Ms. Garter, stay away from that location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, and his case is going to all purpose on the 5th of May. Is there anything additional?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case for today. Who do we have next?
Now we go to the wave case. Number 9, Mr. Dalrymple on the wave case.
Okay, number 9 is the case of Brandon Dalrymple, case 26CR002545L, in which defendant is charged with criminal trespass. Ms. Evans Battle? I'm sorry, Miss Harvey.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before we begin, sorry, Your Honor, before we begin, this is actually a mental health reset case, Your Honor, because I have not spoken with position number 9. It's supposed to be a MH reset.
Okay, so it's not has this case been reset before, or just the first reset for MH reasons?
Mr. Dalrymple?
Yeah.
It's the first time on the calendar.
All right. All right, we'll reset it to Friday. I'm hoping that someone can get a waiver by then. Is number 17 a waiver? Mr. Lewis? Or is that, did they bond out? Is it, what's the
Well,
announcement
no,
for
no,
17?
you said position number 17.
Yes.
Let's see.
Your Honor, number 9 is the one that I met in person at the jail. So
Oh, so Miss Kim interviewed that person, Miss Rainford.
Oh, okay.
So let's do number 9. It's not a reset. Thank you. Miss Harvey, can I have the history for number 9?
Yes, Your Honor. One moment. Let me get back to it.
And Miss Lewis, I'm sorry, what was 17? Was 17 a reset or 17 a waiver? Anybody know?
No, he's still in jail, so I don't see no waiver unless it was sent to Miss Bridgewater, and I'm not aware of. But I don't see no waiver
Okay.
from position number 17. He's still in
Miss
jail.
Miss Rainford or Miss Kim, is 17 a waiver or is it a reset?
I interviewed him waiver, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay. And number 21, is that a waiver too?
That's a MH reset, Your Honor.
21 MH reset.
This is the
And
second
this-
time she is being reset. She is at ACDC, Your Honor. Officer Milton tried to bring her cell phone for her to speak with me, and she refused to speak with me. She just would not speak with me, Your Honor. So I'm not sure what we want to do about that case, but she didn't want to speak, and Officer Milton tried numerous attempts to try to get her to speak with me. So
Yeah, it was initially on Friday, Your Honor, of last week. It was a medical reset. It's subsequently been, I guess, BH refusing to speak, but I think this is the third time.
This will be the third time.
This will be the third time.
I mean, it's the second time on the counter for today, but if you reset it again, it'd be the third time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll reset her to Friday in the hopes let's try one more time. If not, I'll explore some other options. Okay. All right, going back to number 9, the history, Miss Harvey.
15 Cycles, last arrest December 2nd, 2024, out of Fulton County for criminal trespass and robbery. There's a 2025 conviction for burglary and criminal trespass, 2023 simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass, 2019 theft by shoplifting, 2016 fleeing or attempting to elude NOLO, and FTA from 2019. Recommendation is a level 3 and nothing further.
All right, thank you. Miss Evans Battle, most concerned with where he was and how many times he was trespassed.
I'm sorry. This is Jock.
No, number 9, Brandon Dalrymple or Dalrymple, perhaps.
Oh, okay. All right then. He was at the location. He was at 1590 Mansell Road, which is a Quick Trip gas station. And our bond recommendation was $1,000 surety based on his history. I thought you said this was a medical reset.
It's not. Miss Kim actually interviewed him and waived his appearance.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Kim, any requests for a social worker?
I will definitely have social worker visit, but my social worker already visited him before. She knows him.
Okay, and your response to the request for the 1,000 surety?
We would like to request for a signature on bond if Your Honor does not mind. He has been residentially challenged, so I think that was the main cause of being sleeping in gas station. He has no other place to go. Other than we gave him the housing resources, hopefully he will find a place to sleep.
All right, defendant is going to receive $1 cash fine. He's to stay away from that QT, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Hopefully that can take care of that matter. All right. All right, number 17, the case of Jock Lewis, 26 CR 002576L, in which defendant is charged with battery, family violence. Ms. Harvey?
8 Cycles, last arrest December 27, 2021, out of Fulton County for a failure to appear. 2017 possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. with intent to distribute, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He's on the conditional discharge for that case. 2016, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. In 2013, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There's an open case on the 26 PI 003-209 for terroristic threats, and an additional case 26 PI 003210 for aggravated assault and aggravated battery. He appeared on the first appearance calendar today for those cases, Your Honor, and nothing further.
Ms. Evans-Bennett.
Yes, and I believe I saw there was a no bond status maybe on those cases. This happened December the 20th of 2025. He got into an argument with the victim, Micaiah Alexander, because she wouldn't have sex with him. And he struck her in the face with a closed fist, causing bruising and swelling to her nose and below her right eye. He took her phone and he damaged it as well. Our bond recommendation is for a $3,500 surety bond. No further contact. Stay away from 2479 Abner Terrace, Northwest. The victim was contacted. She says that they were going through a lot at that time. She may have been drunk. He may have been drunk. But she did not recall that this had ever happened before. She would like the defendant to return to the home as they are still together. I'm not sure. I don't think she's on the line. So that is her position. The state's position remains the same. Thank you.
Sounding from Ms. Alexander. Hearing and seeing none, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Lewis is 33 years old, and he does have one daughter, 6 years old. He's paying for his daughter, Your Honor. After graduating from high school, he went to college for 2 years. Oh, somebody was saying something? Oh, okay. But it was Atlanta Tech, and then he transferred to Georgia State University to get a business administration degree, but he could not complete yet. He's been working as an Uber driver, and Your Honor, my client denies the allegation. He says there was no such thing. Right now, he is the only one who's taking care of his 16 years old younger brother. That younger brother has my client, 33 years old, as a brother. That's all he has. They don't have a mother because she passed away. Their auntie passed away, and they have never had dad in their lives. So he's the one who has to provide for his daughter and his younger brother. We ask for the lowest possible bond. I understand we prefer signature bond through pre-trial, even though he gets a signature on bond, he will not be able to release because of the other 2 felony charges. So we ask for the lowest possible surety bond.
All right, defendant's going to receive a $3,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with Ms. Alexander, stay away from that location, have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and he's going to state all purpose on the 5th. Is there anything else that pertains to Mr. Lewis? All right, before we review the calendar, I'm sorry, let's revisit number 21. She's at ACDC and no one has been able to speak to her at all, and the case has been reset 2 times. She has to have a first appearance. Go ahead, Ms. Kim.
I believe she was here at the Rice Street and then she got transferred. When she was here at the Rice Street, I interviewed her, but me and TJ, another PD, and also Officer Glenn, we all went to try to get the waiver of appearance to interview. She was literally no response whatsoever. She heard us, but she will not cooperate. And also, she had a suicidal watch at that time. We asked for putting this case to competence calendar.
But she still has to, I don't have a problem with that, but she has to have a first appearance and a bond set. And I can't do it. And even if she's just sitting there not responding to me, I can set a bond, but I can't set a bond in her absence, and she can't just go to she would go to constantly without a first appearance, and that is troubling. And I don't want to keep resetting her. If she was at Rice, is there an iPhone at? And I know we all want to go home. I'm trying to just fix this problem so we don't have this on Friday. Is there an iPhone at ACDC that someone can just take to her, even if she doesn't respond? Is that possible? Do we know?
So I'm not sure if it's an iPhone or what Officer Milton had when she went to speak with her. I think it was just a regular cell phone. I don't know if it had like camera accessibility or whatnot. So that would be a question for Miss Milton, but I'm just not
Okay,
sure.
she's not there. Should have. Okay, we're gonna reset her one last time in the hopes that we can take care of the matter. Miss Kim, if you could try again to waive, I would appreciate it.
That's
All right. All right, are we complete?
I believe so.
All right, Ms. Bridgewater, will you please review the calendar for me?
Okay, good afternoon. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is May the 5th. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. Position 2, SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. Position 3, SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. 4 is a consent bond, a $7,500 SOB through pretrial level 1. 5 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 6, reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through the jail. 7, SAP calendar with a total $3,000 good bond. 8 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $4,000 good bond. 9 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1 cash bond. 10, reset further notice with a $2,500 SOB through pretrial. 11 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 12, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 13, reset further notice with a $3,500 SOB through pretrial. 14, reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 35 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. 16, SAP calendar, and we also added the willful obstruction to this case. So there are a total of 2 cases with a total $1,000 good bond. 17 is going to the SAP calendar with a $3,000 good bond. 18, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 19, SAP calendar with a total $10 cash bond. 20, SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. 21 is being reset to Friday, which is April 24th. 22 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 23 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. 24 SAP calendar with a $5 cash bond. 25 SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 26 SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. 27, reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 28 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 split bond. 29, SAP calendar with a total $2,000 split bond. 30, SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. 31, reset further notice with a total $15,000 SOB through pretrial. 32 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $5,000 split bond. 33, reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 34 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. And 35 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. Now to the add-on calendar. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,500 good bond. Position 2, SAP calendar with a total $5,000 good bond. Position 3 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $6,500 good bond. 4, SAP calendar with a $3,500 good bond. 5, SAP calendar with a $1,000 cash bond. 6 is reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Can you clarify what position 31 was?
31, give me just a second. 31, I have a total of a $1,500 SOB through pretrial.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Are there any others?
Yes, I just came on covering for Casey for you. Can you tell me what 27 level was? You said $5,000 to SOB to pretrial, but what level?
Level 1.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
All right, hearing none, will be in recess until Friday's SCA calendar, at which time I will be presiding. It is my hope that we can figure out number 21 ahead of time. Take care, everyone. Let's try to make Friday go as smoothly as possible. Lots of consent bonds, lots of interviews ahead of time.
Yeah,
Let's
it
not
was
be
kind of
here.
rough today. It was rough, but we got through it. We got through it.
Yeah, we did. Miss Lewis is coming on to yell at me. Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm not. I had just filled in the last minute, so Ms. Strong had to leave. So
You have to tell those PDs to agree to our consent bonds. I did about 8.
I tried my best to give y'all the information in advance of who's covering what. So
I know we were working behind the scenes. It just didn't work.
Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna say goodbye because my work is not finished yet. So give me
Yeah,
a
please,
while.
Miss Bridgewater, if I'm gonna have to go, if we can stop YouTube, I have to leave. I'm going to the park, so please split them in 3 so I can mail them back.
I absolutely will.
I appreciate that. I'll be doing them remotely. So,
No
all right,
problem.
everyone.
And I'll
Take
give you a
care.
heads up when they're on their way.
Yes, ma'am.